These fresh hot scandals in Minnesota.
All the way Virginia, bitch.
I don't think I smell like vagina.
Oh, fart nigger.
And there will be gorilla shit all over the omni.
Wow. Enough. I will hear no more of this Hebrew nonsense.
Nobody's saying you can't own a gun. Nobody's even saying you can't carry a gun. All we're saying is you can't carry a gun in town.
Well, I can't understand none of it. This one begat that one, and that one begat this one, and begat, and lo and behold, someone says some shit to someone or another. Just how retarded are you?
Oh, buddy!
What?
God-awful bunch of malcontents. I hope you all kill each other.
Rest now, brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
In certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme. We're too wild. We're too out of control. We're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
Good evening, Tel Aviv! Welcome to the show, everybody. Oh my God, can I still hold a note? It's the evening show. It's the last one of the week, but since you got cheated out of last night due to my daughter's lovely choir performance, I am willing to pop on tomorrow afternoon if we stay perfect. I'm willing to do that because this evening show audience has been fantastic. In fact, I'm going to let them tell me what time I would go on tomorrow. Welcome to the show. It's going to be very exciting. We've got a lot of fun planned for you. I did get a tweet today from one of our Minnesota audience members. Aaron, the show is unlistenable now because of all the Jew stuff. I'm going to tell you something. I'm not like other shows. You know, I'm not like these shows that go, oh, fuck you, man, it's perfect. I listen. I pay attention. There are criticisms of the show that I find extremely valid. There are other criticisms where I'm like, you're just mad I'm not dead. You're just mad that I'm still doing a show and the audience is still supporting that show. You're looking for reasons to make yourself angry at me. But then there are others that are very productive. And I hear them and I adjust things and I fine tune things. And this person said, Aaron, it's becoming unlistenable with all the Jew stuff. Even SP agrees with me. Now, SP says, hey, she'll listen to the show sometimes. She goes, but when it gets to the Jew stuff, I kind of tap out. And here's the deal. Facts are facts. Since we've been covering a lot of the more current event stuff like people have wanted, Rumble especially has gone way up in subscribers and whatnot. YouTube has gone up hundreds of people over the last couple of months. So there's that. But, so that's my defense of it. And the fact that, look, Israel is making a shitload of news the last 2 years. I mean, you can't avoid it. It would be like 2001 to 2003 being like, Aaron, so much of your show is about Islamic terrorism. It's like, well, it's hot. But also, I get it. I understand. I have been trying to tone it down a bit as of late. Only because, like, when I'm prepping the show, I put stories in where I'm like, okay, let's do more of this today. Like, tomorrow is Oz. It's just going to be more nonsense. It's going to be more, like, light and free and silly and news stories and making fun of them. Whereas, you know, Monday, usually a heavier news day because I'm catching up on everything from the weekend. Today, I thought we were kind of silly. But the thing about today was I really wanted to go over that Bill Clinton Epstein deposition. So if that was too in the weeds, I apologize. But you guys still support the show. I appreciate it. And you're the paying customer. Your donations keep this show on the air. So you ever have something you want to say, yell it at me. Scream it at me. You can DM it. You can publicly say it. Best way to get it to me is via DM, email, or direct tweet kind of a thing. But I just wanted to let the people know who might get frustrated. I do consider it. It does affect how I prep the show, and I do try to make it as enjoyable for as many people as possible. But I have always had this problem in my broadcasting career, and that is if I don't care about it, I can't give it to you in a way that is good. I've never been the fake it kind of a guy. If I don't give a shit, it's not going to be any good. That's all. Shuli Madoff with $5 says, sorry, we're about to send our sons and daughters to fight Epstein's war. Sorry for making it about the Jews for the 1,000th time. See, well, thank you, Shuli Madoff. I appreciate that. But I also do try to listen to people when they have points like that. I want this show to be listenable for a lot of people. But I do tend to side with Shuli Madoff, which is I'm a news talk show. I'm a news talk morning show. I mean, that, you know, rather than, you know, us being a show where like, we're just going to be as wacky as possible. No, we're going to talk about what's going on, but we're going to do it in a funny, irreverent way. But we do need to talk about what's going on and what our listeners like. But it like I said, it's always about striking a balance. We had someone the other day complaining during the show saying, oh, you're just going to do some stupid local news story? A lot of those local news stories can be fun and there can be jokes in them, and small towns are funny and the gossip is nice. So, you know, you try to balance it either way, and you're going to run into issues. It's just, okay, I should say, you're going to run into issues if you're still trying to grow your show and grab people from outside of your show. If you want to do the same exact thing, talking about the same exact people every single day, you will grab, like we have 56,000 unique, that's different human beings, 56,000 a month on Rumble, different human beings tuning into our show. YouTube, it's like 30,000. During the protest, it was like 500,000. That's a ridiculous number. But we're usually about 80, 90,000 different people tune into this show on those two platforms every single month. I got to appeal to them. I don't want it to be a show where we're doing the same thing. So if you feel it's ever going that way, absolutely feel free to let me know. And if you're Shuli Madoff and you want to say, hey, fuck that guy, that's always been part of the show too. Fuck that guy has definitely been part of it. Skousko says, let's do the Dabbleverse laughing, crying face emoji. Well, see, that's what I don't want to get stuck in, because those are people, they all talk to the same 1,000 people on every show, and it never grows and it never will grow, because while you're involved in that, it seems like the most important thing. But outside of it, everyone who looks into it goes, that's gross, that's disgusting, these people are mentally ill. Like top shows to bottom shows. you're going to kill yourself in terms of growth doing that. Historically White says, not going to lie, I enjoy watching Drunk Karmic about women and MKA. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy some of that stuff from time to time too, but it's usually for like 2 minutes at a time. And I figure that those guys do that stuff better than I do anyway. And I do what I do with the news talk and everything else better than any of them do anyway. So let's all just kind of stay in our lane, as it were. Hulkamasha Baby says, Steel Toe Bingo, dispensationalism, Jews, Epstein, something pro-Islam, or how they loved Jesus. Okay, the dispensationalism conversation only comes up because of, again, us going to war for Israel. Jews, kind of everywhere. Epstein, kind of a big story. I would say that we've done a very good job of balancing it. But I would say that if you don't want to hear about that stuff, yeah, hearing just a little bit of it is awful. Well, guess what? Guess what we're doing today? Tim Walz was in front of Congress, and he was just getting his guts ripped open on the issue of fraud. Awesome. Here's the problem. If any of you are like, I need serious results, I need shit to happen. Look, we covered the guy who got arrested for the fraud here in St. Cloud. He pled guilty. He's facing 5 years. He'll probably get 2. Dude, knowing Minnesota judges, here's the issue. Yes, some of these fraud charges are federal charges, but they're going to be tried in Minnesota courts. There's going to be Minnesota judges, and Minnesota judges are fucking unbearable. We've seen this with some of the convictions and prison sentences they've overturned. They're awful. So, yeah, we'll catch people, but it's all a bunch of Somalis who have stolen millions of dollars. They already hid it out in Kenya. We're not going to get it back. We're going to send them to jail to a few years, and then they'll go retire to Africa. Actually, that sounds fantastic. That's, you know what? Go Minnesota. Go Minnesota. So, at any rate, we got that going on today. We got a bunch of other stuff. Thank you guys very much for being here. Ricky Bobby says, imagine having to consciously tone down the Jew talk from time to time. I mean, what? What do you want me to do? We talk about the news. They're active in the news. Thank you, Shuli Madoff. Thank you, all of you. Hit like, hit subscribe, and hit follow. We appreciate it. We're gonna take one step closer to perfection for a fourth or fifth week in a row. Thank you guys very much. I think we're 66 memberships away from 500 on Rumble. We're at the low end here at the beginning of the month. We're gonna get it back to 5, and then I want to hit 6 again. I think November or December was the last month we hit 6, and that was our high water mark on memberships. Let's see if we can do it again. So start a little golden shower in the chat. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun in a minute. First, heaven today is full of spittle and saliva as Lou Holtz is up there analyzing the AA gap blitz with Jesus. Lou Holtz dead at 89 years old. Legendary college football coach. Did he ever give it a crack in the pros? Lou Holtz was a little before my time. I know he coached here at the U of M for like a season or two. And most notably, he was the head coach of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Did they ever throw him up to the pros and see how he did? He might have been one of those coaches who was very successful in the college ranks and then came to the pros and just got his dick kicked in. Like Nick Saban was one of them. Steve Spurrier's another. Chip Kelly. There's a lot of guys who they'll win a national title, and then everybody in the pros will want them, and they'll just tank. They'll suck. They'll be awful. You know, not everyone can be Jim Harbaugh. I'm trying to think of coaches who have won national titles and been to Super Bowls. There's Harbaugh. Andy Reid isn't one of them. Sirianni isn't one of them. I don't think the guy from Seattle is one of them. What's his name? Michael something. I even forgot the name of the Seahawks head coach. But there aren't a lot. There aren't a lot of coaches that have won. I know Harbaugh's been to a Super Bowl and he's won national titles. But it's difficult, man. It's a different game. Lou Holtz dead at the age of 89. He went to hospice a few months, like a month or so ago. And hospice usually means you're on your way out relatively quickly. It feels like he hung in there for a while. You also I remember him mostly as an analyst. I remember him mostly as being a TV guy, and just that lisp that he had, like that speech impediment that he had. But like, that's how you know a guy is who really knows his shit about football or really knows his shit about any sports. Like, he talks goofier than shit, but you're like, we can't take this guy off the air. He's way too sharp. He made stops at William and Mary, NC State, Arkansas, Minnesota, and South Carolina. Shit, he bounced around. However, most remember Holtz from his time at Notre Dame. Holtz helped guide the Fighting Irish to an undefeated season in '88, which saw the school bring home its 11th national title. It also marked the school's last perfect season. When he finally called it a career, he had a record of 249, 132, and 7. Holtz made a brief stop in the NFL with the New York Jets, but it was short-lived. He had a 3-10 record. Ooh, they didn't even let him finish a year. He is survived by 4 children, 9 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. So rest in peace, the great, I believe, Hall of Famer, Lou Holtz. Ablo Pacheco says his last game at Notre Dame, they beat Rutgers 62-0. Chev Maddox says Pete Carroll. Oh, well, is he? I mean, I know he's won both, but do they count did the Reggie Bush thing fuck up Pete Carroll's national titles, or is he still considered? I mean, I guess it's a technicality, right? Like, he won it. We all watched it. Does Pete Carroll still have a recognized national championship? Yes, Pete Carroll is still recognized as national championship winning head coach for the 2003 AP national championship season. However, the 2004 BCS title was vacated by the NCAA due to sanctions, though many still acknowledge the team's on-field performance that season. So no matter, I forgot that he won them back-to-back with USC. So even if you take away the 2004, he still had the 2003. And, of course, he won a Super Bowl with the Seahawks and Percy Harvin. Those rat bastards. Hate him. Hate Pete Carroll. Chomping on that gum on the sideline. Oh, and his rah-rah horse shit. I always hated Pete Carroll. Mostly because we always struggled against the Seahawks when he was coach. But, God, was he easy to hate. Then there's Jimmy Johnson, Pete Carroll, Barry Switzer. I think Switzer won one with Oklahoma. And he won one with the Cowboys. And also, oh, yes, of course, for Lou Holtz.
Rest now, brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
Skousko says, BCS, isn't that some kind of sex thing? Before they started these football playoffs, they had the BCS, the Bowl Championship Series, and they thought that was, they used to have this problem where the Associated Press would pick the national champion at the end of every year. So you could technically have 2 undefeated teams, and the AP would just do the rankings. They do the top 25 rankings, and whoever was ranked number 1 at the end of the season, they would be the national champion. Well, that was causing way too much controversy. So they switched it to this thing called the Bowl Championship Series, where you would get rankings points. You would get BCS points and a BCS ranking after like week 8, and it depended on strength of schedule, dominance of victory, like all this other stuff. And the BCS ended up becoming more controversial than the AP ranking system. And then they had to, now they switched to the playoff system. Then now the playoff system, they're bitching about that. So they'll never be happy about college football. They wanted the players to be compensated for time in memoriam. Then they let the players use their name, image, and likeness. Well, then that led to like millionaires and billionaires basically buying players for universities. So now they're bitching about that. College football is never going to be happy. Speaking of college sports, I checked in on my Gophers today. Got 2 games left, one against Indiana, one against Northwestern. I think they're going to win them both. We've won like 4 of our last 5 games. We've been on kind of a roll. We even beat Michigan State this year. We win those 2 games. We're 9-11, easy, in the Big Ten this year, which is not bad with a brand new coach and rebuilding the program, and we'll be over 500. And Shut up. I do this when it comes to my Minnesota sports teams. If we can run the table against Indiana and Northwestern and then pick up 2 wins in the Big Ten tournament, which is not impossible, and then you pull off an upset, I mean, there's a chance, maybe outside chance that you sneak in and we're going to the NIT. We're going to the NIT, and I'm at peace with that. Speaking of Indiana University, R.I.P. Bobby Knight. Well, wait a minute. Didn't Bobby Knight die a while ago? Yeah, 2.5 years ago. November 1st, 2023. He was 83 years old. He was one of the best. He was so much fun to watch, too. He was a lot of fun to watch. All right, guys, let's get into some nonsense tonight. Go ahead and click the like button, hit share. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. It's our last evening show of the week. We would like to see a big W, and then we've got Oz tomorrow and Oz days. I mean, you guys are throwing in so much during the Oz days. I'm actually starting to think that you're trying to push me into hiring Oz for more days. I don't know if that's the message I'm supposed to be getting, but keep it up, I guess. Do you want to see a horse-drawn carriage driver ruin a black funeral? That was rhetorical. I know you do. This is a funeral where they were going to have a procession that involved a horse-drawn carriage, but something went wrong. There was an argument with the carriage handler, and it just went off the rails. Now, I don't know who's right. I don't know who's wrong. I know that some of you in the chat are going to say automatically, the carriage driver's right because he's white. Whatever. All I'm saying is if there's grieving people at a funeral, I think you just acquiesce to their requests if they're in any way reasonable. I mean, we're dealing with grieving people who just lost a loved one. Cut them some slack. Let's see what happened here, and let's see if you guys can, this is like a racism test for you guys. Can you find some empathy for black mourners?
How dare you come on and have her dressed like this for burying my fucking son?
Oh, shit, she's burying her son. Okay, so already we're starting off with a bad stereotype. Does she not like, she say she doesn't like how he's dressed?
Have her dressed like this for burying my fucking son?
What's wrong with how he's dressed? Is it the hat? Is it like the Blues Brothers glasses and hat gimmick? Because he's wearing a suit. I mean, that seems fine. Dude, he's smelling horse farts all day. Like, let him, as long as he's got a tie on, he's okay. Mama's got a donk, by the way. Ugh. I don't know. I don't understand how people get built like that. I don't understand how, like, I don't study, like, racial builds, I'm not Richard Spencer. But, like, how do black women get, like, asses that don't look human? Like, they look like giant diapers, and it's like, what? How does a body build that way? I'm being very white right now.
You lost your fucking mind. He's looking at me like, fuck me.
Uh-oh. Now, see, you can do a lot of things. You can't be throwing water. David Letterman made that abundantly clear to Andy Kaufman when he threw the water at Jerry Lawler. You can say a lot of things, but throwing water is a no-no.
Fuck me. No, it's fuck you.
Oh, boy. And now, okay, so now we got a woman who's burying her son. Her son is dead. We're at the son's funeral. The mom is throwing water. The carriage driver is throwing water back at the mom. It would be funny if he yelled Riverside, motherfucker, and then took off with the horse, like kind of like an Amish drive-by. But yep, he's taking off. Yep.
No, what the fuck? Hell no.
The horses have black fatigue. They're gonna head out. they're like, oh man, I've seen World Star Hip Hop videos. Are those shit bags? Is that to catch the poops? You got to ride around with the poop in a bag. Oh God, that guy's life does suck. And by the way, can we not have the airbrushed shirts and the airbrushed jackets for funerals? It makes it look like, no, Sam Show, I didn't say that. It just makes it look like a funeral that, like, a retaliation attack is coming at this one. Oh, here he comes. He's coming back around. Bro, that's a mistake. I would not come back around. This, you riled them up. They're a stirring. You hit the hornet's nest. Oh boy. We're throwing shit again. Oh no, did he carry the casket in the horse-drawn carriage? Oh no. So the guy who brought the dead guy in a casket now had to take off because the black people started throwing shit at him. That's no good. I wonder how much you make carrying caskets in your horse-drawn thing for funerals. Not enough. Whatever it is, it's not enough. Return Trip says, I can't imagine why her son dies. I didn't say that. You said that. Harlock says silicone injections. Is it that, though? Because it seems to be, I don't know, like kind of common. Yeah, Rusty Grammar says, I've also wondered that my whole life. Me too. I don't know how the ass gets that way. It doesn't seem natural. Scousko says, shooter, she's coming right for you. She was not coming right for him. That would have been a bad shooting. On a wall asking, could that dress be any tighter? Her son died. Give her a little bit of a break. Oh my, you know what? The only thing I don't like about this chat and how much it made me laugh is that there's no $sign attached to it. That's the only shame. My Lost Interest says, I don't know, Aaron, watermelon seeds? No, I don't think black people swallow watermelon seeds and it goes to their ass and their ass you come to think of it, it does kind of look watermelon shaped, doesn't it? So that maybe that is how, no, that's racist. It feels racist to me. Root says they need attack horses. Hey, the family has another relative die and they wonder why the horses are showing up in white robes and sheets next time. It's like, that's just for intimidation, so y'all behave yourself. That's all we're doing it for. People want to know how he died. Let's see if we can find a news story on it. Horse-drawn carriage flees funeral. Maybe we can find this. I don't see. Here's a video from Uttar Pradesh. I don't think that's it. No, I can't find it. Woman fights carriage driver son's funeral? Was she in the wrong? A grieving mother. Here we go. Well, it's the only problem is it's all just videos of the attack. Yeah. It's all just this. Bury my fucking son. All right, here's the story. What should have been a slow, dignified farewell for a young man spiraled into jaw-dropping chaos after a furious confrontation erupted during a funeral procession, all caught on video and now tearing through social media. The clip shows a horse-drawn carriage hired for the service arriving as planned to carry out its solemn role. But the mood shifts abruptly when the grieving mother turns her anger on the carriage handler, reportedly enraged by his casual clothing. What do you want him to wear, an airbrushed fucking t-shirt like everyone else was wearing? What begins as a shouting quickly escalates, with the woman seen lashing out verbally before throwing a drink in his direction. As tensions spike, members of the crowd step in, some attempting to calm the situation. Yeah, it doesn't say how the son died, though. Doesn't say anything about how the son died. It's, you know what? Maybe it's better that our audience has their own theories. Probably funnier. It's probably better. And who knows? Could be accurate as well. 09 Canyon says he was wearing a jacket. That's not super casual. I didn't think so either. I didn't think there was anything wrong with what that guy was wearing. But then again, it's not my kid who died. Can't imagine. People are saying can't imagine why her son died. I don't know. Tucker over on YouTube says, ask your resident N-word wannabe Roots. Roots ain't I've met Roots. Roots is not, he's a real one. Easy now. I'll throw down for Roots Calhoun. That's right. I'll throw these hands. My shoulder. It is getting better. I can I've got a little bit more range of motion today with the bursitis. The swelling I can feel the swelling going down, which is nice. I text SP today. She was asking about my shoulder. I said I can get it over my head now. And I said it starts catching right around where a Hitler salute would be. And I wrote to her, I go, that sounds really bad. Don't ask me how I used that as the metric for where. But it is like my arm catches right. The shoulder catches right in here, right at about this point. Here, fine. Here, not so much. Like the Führer would look at me with disappointment because I'd be like holding up my salute arm. Oh, wait. Oh, that's a little stiff, but it's not bad. It's not bad. It's kind of that tightness you feel in a place when you get stitches out. It's kind of that kind of tightness. It's not bad. I think we'll be back to the gym tomorrow so I can hurt myself all over again. Rusty Grammar with $1 says, money in chat, not for you though. Send it to my lost interest. Thanks, bud. I can't be a middleman. I don't know how to work that out. Rusty Grammar with $1 says, pity dono. Hey, they all spend the same, my man. They all spend the same. Hulkamasha Baby with $1 says, I didn't see a dad holding the mom back. Just a casual observation. I have no idea what you mean by that. I don't know what that casual observation would even mean. Seems harmless. Seems harmless. Bong Time says, Aaron, you've got to keep working out, or if you only work out once a week, you're going to be hurting every time you work out. No, this was sparring on Sunday. I landed a right hand all fucked up, and it blew up, and what are you going to do? No, I went 5 times last week. I got a lot of work in. God, I ate like shit, though. That's the problem. You can't eat like shit. I'm convincing myself that all the lifting is causing me to gain muscle mass, which don't even bother calling bullshit on that. I call it on myself, but I'm just choosing to believe it. But yeah, 5 times last week. I try to do, and what I've been successful at doing is gym 3 times a week and then sparring once a week. That's 4 times. It's not bad. Root says, I strained my shoulder in the pool last week. Got to keep going. Just not as hard. Well, yeah, I mean, I'll be back tomorrow. I took Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. And then we'll go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday again. I think we'll get 4 days in this week. And good Lord willing, Sunday, I'll be back in the ring. Throwing punches, dodging punches. You know what I love hearing? Because I'm at a new place, I spar with new people. You know what I love hearing? Your head movement is crazy. I like that. An old man hearing that he's still got great head movement. Love it. But you know, they might be talking about my dick. Who knows? All right, let's do this. Look, we've talked about the burger wars. We've talked about the renewal of the burger wars. We talked about how the McDonald's CEO guy just started a whole trend with like he ate a burger like a gay. And when you eat a burger like a robot gay, other places are going to make fun of you, and they're going to what are we calling it? Burger mogging? They're burger mogging him. They're burger mogging Chris, the McDonald's CEO, who was trying the new Big Arch burger. And he took a bite out of it like a sissy. So then the Burger King CEO rolled up the sleeves on his dress shirt and took a big old bite of a Whopper. And the A&W guy got in there. By the way, I didn't watch the A&W guy's video. Did he say that the name of their burger was the Teen Burger and he was eating teen sauce? Because if so, I'd like to talk to A&W for a moment. Could you guys change the fucking name of the burger? So now they're dunking on McDonald's. Wendy's is dunking on McDonald's. But I'd like to offer another side of this. Notice that while all these other restaurants are burger mogging McDonald's, they're still following the leader. So like you can say, oh, we're burger mogging McDonald's. This kind of goes back to that Dabbleverse thing again. Yeah, sure, you're mogging the guy, whatever, but you still can't do anything without him doing it first. Like without John doing anything first, none of those guys have shows. Without McDonald's doing something first, none of those burger places have an idea for like a catchy viral thing. So yeah, dude, don't get me wrong. The McDonald's guy made a gay video. 100%, you should make fun of it. But don't act like this is you getting one over on Mickey D's, because you're still following Mickey D's and dancing to their tune. Sorry. And this A&W guy, I don't know about you guys. We'll watch the video together. You can decide. I think he should be put on some kind of list. This is fucked up.
Alan from A&W here with, you heard about it. Here it is, the Teen Burger.
Teen. He's saying the Teen Burger, right? Like in the age of Epstein, that's a fucked up thing to call a burger. The Teen Burger. Team, T-E-A-M, I guess that would be fine, although I have no idea what that would mean.
We love this burger product, which most people call a burger.
Oh, see, we're making fun of the McDonald's guy. Again, you guys are following the leader on this whole thing.
I'm going to do a tasting.
Did any of you have an idea to do a tasting of your shit before McDonald's did it? Exactly. You lose.
Right now, but this is actually my lunch. So let's see what we got going on here. Look at that. It has a unique...
I will give, if you have an A&W near you, I will say this. There is something about an A&W that is very much simple, straightforward, old-timey, drive-through burger place.
Bread that some people would call a bun, but really the star is what's inside. I mean, we've got the lettuce, which is green.
You notice that the shittier burger places have way more charismatic CEOs? There's a reason for that, and we talked about this. McDonald's doesn't want a charismatic CEO who's going to be out there and crazy. They're on top of the world. They're the biggest in the bunch by far. So they wanted an accounting dork who's going to keep the numbers right, keep the train on the tracks. A&W, there's barely any A&Ws anymore. So their CEO has to be like a goddamn rodeo clown. Burger King, he's got to be like the cool guy at the trailer park, their CEO. Wendy's, right now you're just trying to literally keep the stores from closing. What's the other one that made one? A&W, Wendy's, Burger King. I think those are the only ones.
And pickles, which make it taste pickly. And the teen sauce.
See, that's fucked up. I don't like a bald middle-aged man smirking like that and saying teen sauce. Am I alone in that? Because if I'm alone in that, you guys can tell me, and then I'll look like a creep. That's fine. I misread it. That's on me. But there's something about this face going, and the teen sauce. It sounds fucked up. It doesn't hit the ears right.
Teen sauce.
Ew. Gross. I'll go to the chat after we're done with this, and maybe you guys can say, Aaron, you're reading too much into it. Actually, that makes you kind of creepy. All right, I'll own that. But I don't think you should be calling something a teen burger. I don't think you should be having teen sauce. I think it's kind of gross.
The iconic teen sauce.
Don't say it again after I tell you that it's gross.
So this thing is packed. I'm sorry. That was a little... I don't even know how to attack it. I guess with my mouth. Here we go. Moment of truth. No, I have a quote.
We got to stop, Mike. We got to teach people how to mic themselves up so we don't hear all of their mouth chewing noises. It's so unnecessary.
A little bit of bacon. That is a big bite of a teen burger. And they're just $4.99 from now until March 11th.
It's actually a fine deal. I might drive out and get a little A&W.
So go to A&W and
Yes,
get
sir.
a teen burger when you can.
I'm not getting a teen
and
burger.
Chris, I invite you to join me for lunch. Just you, me, and a couple of teen burgers.
Okay, that's gross. That's weird. But also, if I may, you're still inviting the McDonald's guy. So you're still using him for clout. This is what I mean. We're burger mogging. We're having fun. This is a great time. But I think we do need to be honest with ourselves and say, even though you're having a little fun at McDonald's expense, you're still playing follow the leader on this whole deal. Let's see what the audience thinks. Professor Tie-Dye with $1 says, off topic, but I was talking with my wife, and since we're close to the same age and both from the North Metro, did you grow up calling it N-word knocking, or were you a homo saying ding-dong ditch? Suburban homo. North suburbs. We said ding-dong ditch. We did not N-word knocking. What the fuck is wrong with you? $1 from Silverwolf says, Papa Burger, you fuckwit. Don't you ever fucking disrespect my fucking A&W again, or I swear on God I will make World War II look like a fucking child's tea party compared to what I'll do to you. Oh. But don't say teen sauce. It's fucking gross. So they have a Papa burger and I guess you couldn't call it a kitty burger because then you're calling it kitty sauce. That's fucked up. I don't like, it was a bad idea on their part. $1 from Silver Wolf says, I retract my earlier outrage. What the fuck? Oh, okay, so he saw it my way. Good. Silver Wolf with another $1 says, God fucking damn it. First the Star dude, now A&W. Stop ruining my life by revealing everything was pedophilic. Dude, it's not my fault. The Star guy was wearing a members only jacket. I had to Google whether he fucked a kid. That show was on in the 90s. If you're wearing a members only jacket in the 90s, you're either woefully out of touch or you're a kid fucker. So I had to Google it. I'm sorry that I did that to you. Not my intention. Silver Wolf with $1 says, no teen sauce is fucking disgusting. What the fuck? Thank you. I thought so too. $1 from T-Baby says, Aaron, you get team sauced from Oz and Johnny. Does cripple sauce taste different? I don't think Johnny... I'm not going to comment on what Johnny can and can't do. Dubnot with $5. Thank you, Dubnot. He says, I need you to look up Max Velocity on YouTube. He tracks the weather. I'm pretty sure you are his father. Back when you were straight, he's a product of your teen sauce. All right, let's go have a look at the fucker. Thank you guys very much for the support. I appreciate it. That's very, very kind of you. Keep those going. The cool thing about the evening shows is, like, honestly, if it's just a steady stream of everyone doing it, $1 and $2 contributions can actually get it done. OG Anonymous Fake Dono with $10 says, I'm not fat. I'm just really muscular, and muscle is heavier than fat. Aaron M. Holt. No, I know. It's just it's a cope for the fact that I'm at the gym 3 to 5 days a week and I'm still not losing weight because I'm a fat fuck who eats too much. It's that Louis C.K. bit. I go to the gym regularly to keep this dog shit at, keeping the shit to shoe level, as it were. All right, so they're saying, Mandolin says over on YouTube, the sauces are actually different for each burger. Pelusier says Melton's favorite burger, he eats 18 of them. That's just a snack. Okay. They're saying Papa burgers. Okay. Knock, knock, zoom, zoom, someone called it. That's gay. That's gay. Knock, knock, zoom, zoom. Ding Dong Ditch is way cooler than knock, knock, zoom, zoom. 231 of you checking out the toe right now. Keep hitting like, keep hitting subscribe, keep hitting follow. For only a half hour in, I'm not mad at this. YouTube, hit like. I think you can do another 30, 40 tonight. Rumble, you can easily do another 34. Damn, we might easily be over 300 on the B show. Nice performance from the B show tonight. Keep it going, and we're not even to the Tim Walz stuff yet. All right, what were we looking up? What was his name? Max Gay? Max Who's-Its? Aaron, check out Max Velocity. That's who it is. $1 from You Need Me More says, I would love more Oz days, Aaron. Well, I mean, you guys, look, you guys keep performing the way you've been performing on Thursdays. I'll have no choice but to give Oz more time. I mean, that's the way it is. You know what? You guys knock out tonight before 7 o'clock in the next 20 minutes. I'll ask Oz about doing another day. Deal. I'll bring it up to him tomorrow. Okay, so we have, let's do the Max Velocity thing. Then we have one more burger thing and then on to Tim Walz. Max Velocity. They're saying this guy looks like me. He comes from my teen sauce. Let's see.
An outbreak of severe storms is about to unfold across the United States.
Suck my ass. He and I look nothing alike. His hairline is way better than mine.
A active jet stream will send multiple disturbances across the country over the next 10 days. This will bring several severe weather events capable of producing damage.
So is any of this funny or is he a dry, like straight up weatherman? So if you just wanted me to see him because you thought, this guy looks nothing like me. First of all, his hairline, it make me big. Jules, thank you. My hairline doesn't go straight across. It goes like that. It goes kind of like the jet stream. It's kind of how my hairline goes. This motherfucker goes straight across. Also, I'm prettier than this man. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, a little, you know what? Fuck. A little bit. I see it. My glasses are nicer than his glasses are too big for his head. He's not wearing a really cool Eric Church Double Down Tour t-shirt. So that's an L for him. He has the gayest fucking lightning cloud. This is something a teenage girl would have in her bedroom. Aaron, how do you know what a teenage girl would have in her bedroom? My daughter's 11, you dick. It's going to be 12 very soon. They're getting too goddamn old. Stop saying goddamn. You're a redeemed Catholic, you dick. But no, that's like my daughter has a light up thing. It's a banana, but she has a light up thing like that in her room. That's not what you get if you're a fucking adult grown man talking about the weather. Jesus. Roots declaring that both of us, Max Velocity and I, have chins designed for ball bouncing. Thanks. I appreciate it. My Lost Interest says, kind of looks like if Aaron and Johnny had a baby. Chemo Savi says, that's your clone. You got to make the face. You have to make the face, dude. God damn it. All right, let's go back to Max Velocity. Now I'm going to have this fucking guy in my algorithm. All right, I got to make the face, they said. Bring it up there. Uh-oh, where'd the sound? Why is he muted? Max, come on. Come on back, buddy.
Active severe weather locks in place. We could be talking.
See, I don't think we look alike. Hold on. Yeah, I think we look a little different. I think maybe like cousins, like we share one, bloodline, but not like brothers or son or whatever. Like we share one half of a family tree, but not the other. $1 from Rusty Grammar. He says, Oz, OG Oz, fuck yeah. Well, look, I mean, if people mention that they like somebody, I'm going to try and profit off it. Why wouldn't I? Das Optic Nerve says, Aaron is Fats Velocity. Root says, Aaron is Max Viscosity. Could we not do this for free, please? It feels more humiliating when it's done for free. When it's done for profit, I feel like I'm in on the joke a little bit, is all. Eric Church is gayer than Liberace. All right, now we're not having fun anymore. Now this isn't fun. Hooters Girl says, nope, he's not good looking, but he's better looking than you. Suck my white ass, ball. Jesus. T. Jefferson says, you look related for sure. Little brother energy. The fuck it. Not Victoria says, I'm loving this show. I'm glad other people are loving tonight's show. I'm glad. And to the guy who said too much Jew talk, you're welcome. MSO says Aaron's name is Max Capacity. Dude, I'm skinnier. I know what kind of podcasters you watch. I'm skinnier than all of them. Look, that's not a flex. Believe me, I know. They're all morbidly obese and dying. But I don't like this. Although what MSO is saying is, Aaron, that's low-hanging fruit to compare yourself to those losers. You have to compare yourself to a normal human being out in the real world. You're a slob piece of shit. Fair enough. Power Windows simply says, suffer, Aaron. Thank you. Appreciate it. Jesse Esparza says, I fucking love this show. Oh, I appreciate you too. 234. Keep hitting like, keep hitting subscribe, keep hitting follow. It's all going aces tonight, and I hope it continues. If you consider throwing in a gifted membership on Rumble, we love those too. All right. So the last burger guy we have is the Wendy's. So Wendy's decided to get in on this. So we got A&W with their teen burger, which is creepy as fuck. We got Burger King with the Whopper. Now, I like what A&W did better than Burger King because A&W promoted a new product. Like, hey, here's our smaller burger if you don't want to feel like AIDS while you're driving. Because usually if you're at an A&W, you're in a town where there's going to be miles of freeway ahead and not a lot of towns in between. So you're going to be eating that sumbitch in the car. And you're going to have the seatbelt on. And if you're eating a big Papa burger, you eat that whole thing. And it's been a while. It's been a few years since I've been to an A&W. Is that them or Dairy Queen who has the option? Listen to this fat fuck option. And shut up. Don't ask if I've done it before. Don't they give you the option of like dipping your fries in country gravy? Like they have a white gravy dipping sauce option and you can dip your fries in that. And ugh. So like A&W is something you eat on the road when you have a long business drive and your seatbelt feels like it's going to burst after you're done. So Wendy's decides they're going to do one of these. I think you got to do this to pitch the new products. I mean, everybody knows what a Whopper is. So, you know, the Burger King was just playing a wacky little fun social media game. Got to get a little marketing in there at the same time. Let's see how the Wendy's guy did it. And I'm going to say, I think out of all of them, I think the Wendy's guy looks the most like a normal guy.
Fresh, never frozen beef, our Applewood smoked bacon, our brand new bun, our square burger cooked on.
That's your bun. That looks like Indian flatbread. I'm not saying that's not delicious. That meat looks dried out as fuck. I'm not liking this, dude. I'm not liking your presentation.
On a flat grill, amazing, absolutely wonderful. That's a burger.
It's not. I don't know. That all seems very dry, bro. That seemed like a dry bite. That seemed like a dry sentence. That looks like a dry bun. When did Wendy's change into like a pancake? But when did they start making everything a McGriddle?
This is exactly the way a great hamburger should be.
I don't know, bro.
You got to top it off with the fries and Frosty.
You know, in case your cholesterol and blood sugar isn't too high already.
Excellent.
You wonder how we became the most obese nation on earth. You just watch the burger mogging videos and it'll all come back to you. You'll understand why in a minute. T. Jefferson says, "Is that what Keith Olbermann?" Oh my God, it is Keith Olbermann. I was wondering who he looked like. Hold on a minute. He does look like prime MSNBC Keith Olbermann. Yeah. Almost the same hairstyle and everything. Oh my God. Keith Olbermann's running the show at Wendy's. Hold on. Wendy's. Hey, that's not the guy we saw. This motherfucker. Either that or young Mike Francesa. One of the two. Either way, I like the Keith Olbermann comparison, though. Dan Vicious with $2. Thank you, buddy. He says, leave country gravy out of this, and it's DQ chicken strip basket. Sorry, my bad. I thought it was A&W. I thought A&W gave you like a plastic tub of this shit. $1 from Professor Tie-Dye says, most people faint at their own blood. That is why Aaron is grossed out by DQ country gravy. See, now, that one I feel like I'm in the joke, and all it took was $1. You guys, I'm not an expensive date. I'm a cheap slut. I feel like I'm in on the joke if it's $1 with it. Otherwise, it just feels like bullying. Skowsko says, Wendy's is disgusting now. It's crack and meth burgers. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. I was thinking of the guy whose mom was Gloria Vanderbilt. Oh, who's the gay guy on CNN? That doesn't narrow it down. Anderson Cooper. Anderson Cooper's a Vanderbilt. Yeah, there's a little Anderson Cooper there, a little Olbermann, a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Mandolin calling me out saying it hasn't been a few years since you've been to A&W. Yes, it has. A&W in Richmond, like over 2 years ago. It's been now. Telling you. I know this because whenever I went there, the person running the drive-thru was a fan of Steel Toe. And they would say, I love your show. They would say, what are you doing driving up this way through Richmond? And I would say, brother, you don't want to know. Brother, you don't want nothing good. I'm up to the devil's business. And that is not a positive thing, sir. All right, hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. Let's jump into the A block today. The A block, of course, the top story, the number one thing, the thing we're going to get to 300 with tonight. The Tim Walz, Keith Ellison live appearance at the the congressional hearing that they had. So Tim Walz and Keith Ellison went and faced the music on the Minnesota fraud thing, which sucks for all of us in Minnesota because as much as I want to see Tim Walz get humiliated and as much as I want to see Keith Ellison get humiliated, I know nothing's going to happen to them. So in the end, it's just Minnesota that gets humiliated because now when people think Minnesota, they think Somalis, they think fraud, they think we're incompetent, they think of our retarded governor, they think of tampons in the bathroom. Nobody thinks about anything good. That's why it is imperative that J.J. McCarthy have a Pro Bowl season next year. By the way, all the rumors I'm reading about the Vikings is the organization's looking to give up on J.J. McCarthy and make a move for a quarterback. Don't! He played like a G the last 5 games. If he would have been healthy all year, we would have went to the playoffs. Don't give up on J.J. McCarthy. It'll be a terrible, awful idea. Didn't we learn from this past Super Bowl that maybe we shouldn't be giving up on quarterbacks so quickly? God damn it. Anyway, Keith Ellison, Tim Walz went to the Capitol. We'll do this story, and then we've got a bunch of clips of congressmen yelling and screaming at Ellison and Walz. It'll be cathartic for you, but I want to warn you, we got to go into this for entertainment, not for thinking that, Ellison and Walz are going to be hauled off in handcuffs. First of all, any legal issue Walz might have faced for this whole fraud thing went away as soon as he said, I'm not going to run for re-election. I'm not going to run for a 3rd term, because then all of his political opponents who wanted to see him in jail are just happy that he's not running anymore. The problem is, after this fraud thing came out, I wanted Walz to run because he could lose. Now they're going to put Amy Klobuchar in there. She's super popular. She's going to win. So now they go to Washington. They get yelled at. That's nice on one hand. On the other hand, Minnesota held up for national ridicule again.
Minnesota are back in the national spotlight this morning as 2 of Minnesota's top officials are on the hot seat in our nation's capital. Governor Tim Walz and Attorney General Keith Ellison are both testifying in a House Oversight Committee hearing about the widespread fraud. Our Bill Keller has been monitoring the hearing, and he joins us now live from St. Paul with more.
By the way, if you're asking, yes, these are the most charismatic men that exist in Minnesota. This is, as Carlin once said, this is the best we can do, folks.
Bill, what are the headlines so far?
Well, Tom, good morning. Certainly lots of heated exchanges.
All right, we're going to go to our next correspondent, Mel Atonin. You're at the Capitol. What happened?
There's plenty of accusations posed as questions, often leaving little time for answers. For the past several hours, Governor Walz and Keith Ellison facing those tough questions in front of a House Oversight Committee about the misuse of federal dollars intended to help those in need. Now, in his opening statements, Chairman James Comer, a Republican from Kentucky, said that Minnesota's lack of oversight made the state's social services and Medicaid programs, quote, easy money for fraudsters. Federal prosecutors say that Minnesota has been the target of widespread fraud. Currently, the number of cases being prosecuted by the DOJ puts the documented losses in the hundreds of millions of dollars, with Republican lawmakers grilling Walz and Ellison on what they knew and when they were aware the massive fraud scheme was underway.
Yeah. I mean, they said it. It's billions of dollars. We don't even know exactly how many billions of dollars yet, and we won't. Probably until after Walz gets out of there. And the worst part is everyone thinks that all of a sudden Minnesota found religion on this and that we started catching people and we started trying them. No, what happened was the federal government and federal prosecutors knocked on our front door and said, hey, we're looking at our fucking numbers here that are coming out of your state. You're asking for a lot of money. You were asking for like 20 million 5 years ago, and now you're asking for hundreds of millions this year. What gives? And unfortunately, Minnesota and the Walz administration's answer was, no. They had no clue what was going on until Joe Thompson started digging into it and going, could be $1 billion. We went, wow, that's not good. And then he went, oh, wait, no, guys, I've been looking around more. There's autism involved too, not just daycares. Could be $4 billion. Oh, Jesus, that's really bad. Hey, guys, wait. Oh, what now? Yeah, I looked into the home health care thing. It could be about $8 billion. Just look into all of it and tell us what the damage is when you're done counting. And the thing with Somali fraudsters, they're so stupid. Or they're brilliant. I don't know. But the stupid part comes like this. they keep doing this thing where they go, like the guy who got convicted recently, he was writing that one guy was working like 480 hours a month and that he had worked for 270 days straight without a day off, including weekends. I mean, that's not a red flag. That's a red banner on the parapets of a castle. So, of course, the federal government started asking questions and started looking into it. And they're like, holy shit, all the Somalis are doing this. And the brilliant thing they do is they bring other community family members in on it and they give them like a little 5-10% kickback. They make them employees. They're like, hey, can we use your kid's name for our daycare? Hey, can we say that he was here for this long or this long? So if anybody asks you, you can tell him he was here. Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Here's a couple grand. Shut your fucking mouth. And that's where we're at. And now those people are starting to get charged. But it was the federal government that had to figure it out. It was the federal government that had to tell everyone it was going on. So now Walz and Ellison have to get called in front of Congress to face the music for it. Before we get to that, thank you very much to My Lost Interest for $2. He says, nothing ever happens in these oversight committee meetings. It's all performative political posturing, no real substance. I was going to say, the biggest thing about these oversight committee hearings is that all of these Congress people, and we're in an election year, they get to make commercials out of them yelling at Tim Walz, and they get to play that during their campaign commercials to show all their voters and constituents, look at all the good work I do in Washington, D.C. I'm holding leaders' feet to the fire. I'm making these politicians accountable for the things they do. That's essentially what these are for. And so you and I can watch people we don't like get yelled at, like when Rand Paul would yell at Dr. Fauci. So the first couple clips we have are Keith Ellison. I'm going to basically do this in like a boxing or wrestling card order, where we're going to have the opening bouts first and the main event. We got like 4 clips of Tim Walz just getting completely ass-reamed. And we're going to start with Keith Ellison. Now, if you don't live in Minnesota, you hate Tim Walz more than anyone else. But if you live in Minnesota, this guy might be the most smug, gross piece of shit. The only reason the rest of the country doesn't hate him as much as we do is because they don't really know who he is. You don't know the state's attorney general, right? All you know is the nation's attorney general, which is that bitch who covered up child trafficking. Keith Ellison is a smug, arrogant dick who also makes a hobby out of smacking the shit out of his partners. Not a lie. This is him at the hearing.
UC is accused of $300 million in fraud as significant assets, yet no charges and no attempts to recover taxpayer money. I'll remind y'all, $19 billion. I was a state legislator, and I can remember when our state budget was $19 billion. This is money that's been stolen, and it will not be recovered, and you all are to blame, and every dadgum one of you all ought to step down. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I mean, he said dadgum. He said, y'all, he was folksy as all hell. And look, it was 26 seconds long. That guy knows that's going in a campaign commercial because at the end of that, it's going to be, my name is Tim Burkett and I approve this message. 30 seconds out the door. So these people know what they're doing. And that's got to suck for Ellison because you have to sit there and he's like, I think you're a piece of shit. Y'all are fucking up so bad. Y'all are so gay that I think y'all are retarded. All right, I yield my time. And Ellison's like, do I get to say anything? No, that wasn't a question. He just wanted to call you a piece of shit for a while. Cool. Excited to be here. H2BH, as it were. So that's Representative Tim Burkett from Dixieland. The next person is a hometown rumble. This goes back a while. This is Congressman Tom Emmer versus Attorney General Keith Ellison. Now, Tom Emmer was a cunt hair away from being our governor back in 2010. He lost by a few hundred votes to Mark Dayton. The state would have been very different under Tom Emmer. So here's Daddy Bifocals talking to Chief Woman Beater. And Tom Emmer, I've met Tom Emmer. I've hung out with Tom Emmer. I've interviewed Tom Emmer. I know Tom Emmer. Tom Emmer is a cantankerous guy. He's funny. He's engaging to talk to, but he can be a bit of a crab ass.
addressed this issue many times.
All right. Reclaiming my time. In that same meeting with the fraudsters, Mr. Attorney General, you took aim at the Minnesota Department of Education. You stated that the Minnesota...
Do his glasses not have any ear things on? How do these work? I know I probably sound like a hillbilly who's, seeing running water for the first time, or like a monkey with a lighter, but like, how do those... Do you guys have any of those? Because these look old as fuck. This looks like some real old people shit. It doesn't look like there's ear hooks on those. So is he just sticking these on the bridge of his nose and just... Why not just get a monocle or a magnifying glass like my gram used to do?
The Department of Education had fought the nonprofit in very disgusting ways, in a very racist, xenophobic, and Islamophobic manner. You actually asked for the names of all these folks who are just hung up and offered to call the Minnesota Department of Education to, quote, demand some explanations. We now know that when you made these comments, the Biden DOJ was working with the Minnesota Department of Education and that their work exposed the massive fraud ring. Pretty bad look for you, sir. Either you were oblivious to what was going on under your nose, or worse, you were trying to obstruct the work of the Minnesota Department of Education. So I can see the time is getting short. Mr. Chairman, we are left with two questions. One, what did Governor Walz and Keith Ellison know about the fraud? And two, when did they actually know it?
So that's like a 1 minute campaign ad, and the caption on that campaign is Tom Emmer still being a dick for you in Washington. That's, like I said, it's just 30 to 60 seconds of you're a piece of shit, and then either I'm outie or a dickish question at the end that there's no possible way you can answer.
I would suggest that if they do not give direct and truthful answers to both these questions at this hearing, then they both need to be put under oath in a deposition.
Damn.
This is a...
Ellison's fucking pit. Like, Ellison and Walz are very much alike. They don't like to be challenged, and when they do get challenged, they get that Hillary Clinton cortisol spike where they get really, they talk really fast, they get pissed off, they don't hide their emotions well. Emmer's just always like this.
Serious thing, Mr. Attorney General. You are the only one who thinks protecting taxpayer dollars is political. Mr. Ellison, my concern...
Oh, and Keith Ellison's also a Muslim. So back in like 2015, 2016, when Tom Emmer and Jason Lewis and a couple of other people were starting to raise the alarm about potential fraud, Keith Ellison was one of the people teaming up with Jailani Hussein and the Minnesota chapter of the Council of American Islamic Relations. And they were filing lawsuits and they were filing injunctions and they were saying all of this stuff is Islamophobic and they just don't like Muslims. And now here we are.
Concern is that you actively obstructed this investigation in exchange for campaign donations, a quid pro quo. If these concerns are proven to be true, you should be disbarred and you should go to jail. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. Chair now recognizes Miss Norton from Washington, D.C.
Holy shit. So they all just get, so he doesn't even get to respond? They're all just going to yell at him? I think these must be opening statements because he's just sitting there getting the shit ripped out of him.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It is critical that the federal government support people who need assistance with food, housing, and health care. Unfortunately, as long as the government provides these services, there will be bad actors.
Holy shit.
Trying to take advantage of them.
So she's kind of giving excuses. She's like, well, as long as we're generous with our money, people are going to come in and try to take it. Yeah, that's true. I get that. But, like, it would be nice if we had a state government that gave a shit and, like, checked in on it once in a while. I mean, two things can be true at the same time. Yes, if there are large amounts of money in certain social services, bad people will try to take advantage of them. On the flip side of that, it's also true that your government doesn't have to just shut their eyes and bend over and take it. You can check on it every once in a while. So that's like Keith Ellison basically just getting read the riot act. They're all just shitting on poor Keith. By the way, I want to say this to a YouTube chatter. I don't know who this Victoria pissed off. But but somebody sent me a long Instagram message about Victoria in the chat. I'm not going to say what it says because it's because Victoria hasn't been a dick on this show, although this person says that she hates my guts. I don't know. I've never met her. I don't know the person. But he's making some pretty heavy allegations about, well, let's just say a lot of tawdry, untoward things. I don't know. So, Victoria, I don't know who you're making enemies with, but I read your name in the chat one time, and I got about 6 straight messages. And, whoa, if any of it's true, give her some room. T. Jefferson says, does it say her ass gas is lethal? Worse. It says worse than that. He says, this Victoria chick, she hates your guts. She's a crazy internet person. And then he says a bunch of other really fucked up shit. And so I don't know. She's been nothing but nice to us, but he says she's going to love bomb you and then she's going to be a piece of shit and blah, blah, blah. Wow. So, Victoria, I don't know who you're making enemies with. But you got some people mad at you, ma'am. 250 of you checking out the Steel Toe Evening Show right now. Go ahead and hit like, hit subscribe, and hit follow. Let's keep that number moving up. I would love to have a 300 Evening Show day one day this week. Unnerving Brain says, spreading Victoria's secrets. I know. It's amazing. Like, you read one name in your chat, and all of a sudden somebody on social media is like, let me tell you something about that piece of shit. But it's like, that's how, like, that person gave me that info on, what's her name, that Kim Nicholson. And I'm just like, and then I listen to people like, Aaron gave out all this info. I'm like, it was already out there. They gave it to me. What do you want me to do? But I will tell you this, it keeps people behaving. It keeps people behaving. I don't feel a need to reveal these secrets, though. I didn't ask for them. Oh God, people online are fucking weird, man. Fucking weird. Hit like, hit subscribe, and hit follow. Throw a couple of bucks our way. Let's have a big night for the toe. Now we're on to the main event of the evening. Old Tim Walz. Old Tampon Tim himself. He was in front of the Congressional Oversight Committee. Now, here's a fun thing about old Tim. Oh, she doesn't hate your guts. Her group is part of a Melton group. Oh, interesting. Well, then, you know what? I guess I got people around the internet gathering in intel for me that I never asked for. It's good to keep it just in case people get weird. Thank you for the intel. But again, she's been very nice. Nothing a red boy can't make me forget. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. That is fucking gross. Okay, so Tim Walz is in front of the Oversight Committee, and, you know, Tim Walz has about the same estrogen count as Hillary Clinton, so they're both almost male. And he gets the cortisol spikes, and he gets really, he's not conflict averse. He likes to yell at people. He doesn't like to be told he's doing a bad job. He doesn't really like to be held accountable for anything. So when he goes in front of the House Oversight Committee, he's going to fight back. He's going to push back. He's going to yell and scream. He's going to pound and holler because, God damn it, this Tim Walz, he's never done anything wrong his entire career. It's always somebody else. He didn't have anything to do with it. He does a great job. He's a great steward of the state of Minnesota. Everyone else is a conspiracy theorist or a racist or a sexist or whatever. They hate people. First, we have Queen Nancy Mace, who's, I think, what Kristi Noem meant to be. Nancy Mace going in there. And, you know, with Jasmine Crockett gone now because she lost that Senate primary, Nancy Mace is like the most ghetto bitch. Like, I guess Lauren Boebert with the white trash tattoos, but like Nancy Mace is the most down and dirty ghetto bitch in the House. Let's see what she had to say to our esteemed governor, Tim Walz.
A woman. Have you learned that lesson? Do you know what a woman is?
Oh boy.
I'm the governor of Minnesota, Congressman.
Do you know what a woman is?
Well, yeah, okay, then yes, he does know what a woman is. Very good. That was a good answer. Good answer. Do you know what a woman is? I'm the governor of Minnesota. Well, shit, that kills my follow-up question. You nailed it.
Your prop for your obsession.
So
I
if you
taught middle
can't
school your
define what a
obsession.
woman is, you certainly can't define what fraud is. If you can't even define what a woman is, you can't define fraud. How much money was spent on autism in Minnesota in 2017, Governor?
I don't have those numbers in front of me.
I mean, I would have brought them. Not for nothing, but they're trying to make you look like a retard. I would bring every number I had in front of me so I knew not to look retarded. Hey, how much did you spend on, you know how you're here? Did they tell Tim Walz that he was here for a fishing trip like Fredo Corleone? How the fuck do you come to a House Oversight Committee hearing where they're just going to grill the shit out of you? It's Republicans in the majority. They're going to grill the shit out of you about fraud and welfare and all this stuff, and you don't bring facts and figures with you? Dude. I guess he's done in January. What does he give a shit?
Did you prepare for this hearing today? Did you do any preparation
I take
for this hearing
Congress
today?
seriously.
And you've seen the numbers about autism fraud in Minnesota. So we're going to do some Minnesota math with you today, okay? Are you ready?
Oh, no.
How much?
This is already very condescending. Tim doesn't like being condescended to because Tim always likes to tout that he's a teacher and he's like the smartest guy in the room. He thinks very highly of his own intellect. So this talking down to him, especially by a woman, I hope he doesn't know what a woman is because then he won't understand how humiliating it is to be dressed down like this.
How much money was spent on 2017 for autism in Minnesota? How much?
I don't know. I wasn't the governor.
Okay.
Nice. That's nice dodge. Nice dodge, Gov. Nice dodge, you dipshit.
Did you not just say that you prepared for this hearing today? $1 million, okay? A quick Google search.
That's not very much. $1 million spent on autism. That's a number we can live with. That's not so bad.
Or using your AI could tell you $1 million was spent. How much money was spent on autism in Minnesota in 2024?
Please don't say more than $100 million. Please don't say more than $100 million. Please don't say more than $100 million. Okay, go.
I don't have the number in front of me. As
Were you governor in 2024?
I was, but I'm not the
Okay,
head
so
of
your
HHS.
excuse before that you didn't know what 2017
Don't say 100
autism
million.
numbers were because you were not governor, and today you can't answer the numbers about 2024 as governor, and you still said you prepared for this hearing today. It's unbelievable. $343 million.
Oh, shit, that's not good. That makes it look like that's a lot of fraud. That's a lot of, that's bad. That makes us look like shit, I think. See, now, if we were to do the tag, we're going to tag all of these as campaign commercials. Like, Nancy Mace, still a ruthless bitch. Like, these are, you got to look tough in these hearings. Ooh. All right, so strike one to old Tim Walz. All right, so the first salvo didn't go so well. Could have gone better, but don't worry. We've got more. Thank you, Happy Wawa customer, for gifting a membership over on Rumble. I appreciate it. Very nice of you. Keep gifting those memberships. That's fantastic. I'm getting more of these. This guy, oh God, this guy is guy, girl, I don't know. They're gossipy. They're gossipy. All right, what's the next one? So then what did Tim Walz have to face? This was him talking to James Comer. Okay, this is about a 5-minute one. This is the big one. This is the big exchange between Walz and Comer. This is the guy who's heading the House Oversight Committee. So he's well battle-tested. He's been in Congress for a long time. He's been running all the Epstein stuff. He's fresh off the Clinton deposition. I mean, this is like when the Russians brought that crack Siberian team out of the winter to fight the Nazis in World War II. I mean, they are cutthroat. Let's take a look.
Myself for 5 minutes.
That's a trans. That's 1,000% a trans. That looks like Tony Clifton. It looks like it should stand up and go, Bob, what's your last name? Up and down in the water? What are you having there, chicken parmesan? Oh, by the way, Tim Walz and I both like Diet Mountain Dew. Thank God I gave it up for Lent. I'm never drinking soda again. Ew, I can't believe we like the same thing. All right, continue. By the way, Tim Walz, I think, lost a little weight. He doesn't look as fat.
It's Governor Walz and Attorney General Ellison. My questions are going to be simple and direct. Governor Walz, you are not.
I bet you they're not. I bet you they take a long time to get to, and they're really fucking confusing. Continue.
Inaugurated as governor on January 17th, 2019, and have served in that role through 2 terms ever since, correct?
That's correct, Mr. Chairman.
Nailed
During
it.
the time period 2019 and 2020, while you were serving as governor, isn't it true that state auditors and officials raised concerns about fraud and vulnerabilities in programs overseen by your administration?
I can't confirm that, but I'm assuming we have always ongoing OLA.
I'll take that as a...
Dude, come on. Yes or no? Like, if you're going to deny it, fucking deny it straight up. You're not under oath. You can lie. That's the thing. These guys aren't under oath. They can lie their fucking balls off. So lie then. Either say yes and admit they came to you with concerns, or fucking lie. But they did. They did come to him. Dude, they came to him in 2019, 2020. They came to him before the pandemic, and they're like, this shit's not looking good. These numbers are going up way too fast, and we could not be bothered to deal with it.
Yes, those warnings were communicated to senior officials in your administration, including yourself, correct?
I can't speak if it was directly.
I think the correct answer to that would also be yes. Despite those warnings, you did not order a broad stop payment or suspension of payment in any program at that time, correct?
We're not going to stop payments of feed children until we have the proof that things happen. In 2019, we did start taking action. I went to the legislature.
Okay, Governor Walz, when fraud concerns were raised early in your tenure in the Child Care Assistance Program, did your administration stop payments at that time?
The Child Care Assistance Program and
the answer is no.
He just looks, when he does this, and he looked this way in the J.D. Vance debate too. The thing is, he just looks like a yokel dipshit when he does this. All these other guys are so put together. Like, you see the difference between state level and federal level in terms of, not necessarily in terms of efficiency, because all of these guys are crooked bastards, but like in terms of the professionalism of the hustle, of looking like you're doing something. These guys are just so many miles ahead of Walz. It's like they're just kicking him in the dick.
Fraud concerns were raised.
Would you like me to answer or not, Chairman?
Well, it's yes or no.
I want you to help.
You've already answered the question. You said you didn't ever stop payments, and that's what the problem is, and that's what the Democrats are complaining about. Oh, my gosh, Trump stopped payments. Well, my God, you lost billions to fraud in Minnesota. That's what this hearing's about.
Mr. Chairman,
you didn't stop payments because you didn't want to rock the boat.
You didn't. Here's what it is. It's very simple, guys. For those of you who don't live in Minnesota, here's what it is. Somalis were voting and still are voting overwhelmingly Democrat. And it's a close state. Without Somalis, without the 80,000 Somalis that are here, it's a close state. Because really, outside of Rochester, Minneapolis, Duluth, it's Republican. So we had a Senate race and a governor's race that was decided by like 300 votes 15 years ago. And ever since then, Democrats' lead has been growing till 2016. They almost lost with Trump. 2016, 2020, 2024. It was really close. So they're leaning on this Somali, this migrant, this refugee vote when these people become naturalized citizens to pump up their numbers. So they're not going to shoot themselves in the dick. They'd rather cost the taxpayers billions of dollars than fuck up their own election chances.
And when fraud concerns were raised, Chairman. When fraud concerns were raised in Medicaid, home and community-based services, did your administration stop payments? No, you did not.
There is not a dark hair between these two. God, we need some new blood in there.
When fraud concerns were raised in non-emergency medical transportation, did your administration stop payments?
Chairman, if I could mention what a stop payment meant by what the administration did last week is 400,000 children without health care. Are you stopping payment if one person?
We believe.
But here's the thing. If you stop payments to those kids, guess what happens? All of a sudden, it lights a fire under everyone's ass to take care of the fraud. And here's what would have happened. We would have all been embarrassed at how quickly you could have solved the problem. It would have been embarrassing because we would have known you could have done this entire time and you chose not to. That's the worst part about Minnesota fraud. It's not that it happened. It's not the number. It's that most likely, and if we could prove it, we could throw these fuckers in jail. Most likely, these guys all knew it was happening and chose not to do anything. That's the worst part.
That's your fault and the Attorney General's fault. Because you do nothing about fraud, even though everyone in America sees
our Medicare error rate is lower than your state.
Fraud. You have been defrauded. You have not been good stewards of the taxpayer dollars. And The Democrat position is, well, keep the money flowing. The American taxpayers have had enough.
I think that's a fair characterization.
They want their taxpayer dollars spent wisely. We all support social programs.
That's not a fair characterization.
But if you're going to waste the money to fraudsters, then we have to stop and recalculate.
We're not. We're putting them in jail when we can, Chairman.
And then our judges are letting them back out again. That's the other problem. Minnesota is just weak and soft on this issue across the board, and it's wildly frustrating. Like, even now, we know what's going on. And the last guy we caught, he stole, this one guy here in St. Cloud, Minnesota, stole $6 million. He's got a maximum penalty of 5 years. He may not go to jail at all. He stole $6 million. You know where he spent a lot of that money? In Kenya. We probably won't get it back. If he's converted that to Kenyan currency and he's put that in the house that he built in Kenya, we can't take it. It's too difficult to process. It probably will never happen. He's probably got duffel bags full of cash in his new mansion in Kenya. He'll get a slap on the wrist. He'll be out the door and he'll leave with his money.
These programs are crafted in such a way that there's a procedure to follow. And I'm with you. $1 is too much. I don't think there's a lot of difference here if you want to help us get at this. The question is it a sledgehammer? Is it a scalpel? I understand there's no political upside.
Well, let's get into what we've talked. You eventually did pause payments in certain programs, but that wasn't until late 2025 after the federal government stepped in. Is that correct?
I don't think that's a fair characterization of stepped in. We've been partners in this. And
he seems like a flop sweaty, like the free lawyer in My Cousin Vinny. He you know who he reminds me of? Ted, the attorney in Scrubs.
Breaking on him, but
let's move on. And that decision occurred only after large-scale fraud had already taken place for years. Now, Governor Walz, employees inside state agencies raised concerns about fraud and improper payments for years. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Inside agencies, we've been prosecuting them for years. Yes.
But they have raised concern. Yeah. Agencies have raised concern about fraud in Minnesota.
Yes,
correct.
They did.
Each of those, yes, when they do and they're prosecuted.
Some of those employees faced retaliation after raising those concerns. Is that correct?
That is not correct, Chairman.
Okay.
They've got employees on the record saying they were fired. There's one guy who was demoted, denied promotions, and the thing they all have in common is they all, rattled the cage on fraud.
It has strong whistleblower protections.
Attorney General Ellison, you are the chief legal officer of the state of Minnesota, correct?
Yes.
Your office advises agencies on compliance with federal and state law, correct?
Yes.
Retaliation against whistleblowers reporting fraud is unlawful, correct?
That is right.
At any point during your tenure, did you tell state agencies to stop payments due to credible fraud allegations, yes or no?
Sir, we prosecuted over 300 people in the Medicaid fraud area.
300, I would predict is a drop in the bucket, but you've never said to stop payments. That's
it's one of the highest rates in the country, sir.
That's because we have the highest rate. That's not good. Well, come on. We prosecute. After all that shit came out, we prosecuted more people than a bunch of states combined. Yeah, that's bad. Okay, so if you're getting to the point where you have to prosecute 350 people for fraud they already committed, and we're not doing anything to actually shore up detecting the fraud, that's what we call a vicious cycle.
Well, you have one of the highest fraud rates in the country in Minnesota.
That's not true. And my office doesn't have the authority to do a stop payment. Right. We prosecute criminals when they're presented us by the agency.
So the answer is no, unfortunately. No one's ever from your office said to stop payments until we can get the fraud under control. So to summarize, you both knew about fraud, risk, and payments continued. Our investigation has shown that whistleblowers who were alerted about the widespread fraud were ignored, sidelined, and even retaliated against. Only after federal authorities ultimately stepped in did you take any action. It's not this committee's responsibility to decide guilt or dole out punishment.
Dude, some yokel from Kentucky is making our entire state look retarded right now. That's brutal. Like I said, Walz and Ellison, when they're in Minnesota, it's like, oh, these are the main guys. Look out. And then they go to Washington and they just look like rubes. They just look like complete rubes. There's no other way to say it. Thank you very much to Rexstart Parody Account with $1. says, I've killed way more roaches in my house than you have in yours. Yeah, that's bad. That's really bad. Means you have a shitload of roaches. Rusty, could we not write shit like Jesus Christ? Okay. Him being, oh God. See, this is where I have an issue. Where I have an issue is I want to talk about this story, and we can have some fun with it, and then we can get mad about it and whatever, we can talk about it. But I have to remember I have an audience. I'm responsible to that audience. And then I guess I work this audience up to the point where they say some fucked up shit. Rusty, take it easy. Jesus Christ. Like, you're going to get my fucking channel in trouble writing about. You think I care, like, if you say fucked up shit? I don't care if you say fucked up shit. But, like, I don't want my, Rumble doesn't have many rules. There aren't a lot of Rumble rules, but that might be one of them. That might be one of them. Jesus, guys. Oh, my God. He is passionate, though. 250 checking out the toe right now. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. No, don't worry about it, Rusty. I'm not mad at you at all. It's just I go back into the chat and I'm scrolling up, seeing what I missed, and I'm like, oh my God. That is what we call a call to action. Fuck. And, I forget how good I am at doing a show. I forget sometimes how, good I am at riling people up. I don't mean to. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. Gray Duckling says, we miss so much over here on YouTube. How do I put this? Rusty Grammer, in regards to Keith Ellison, feels that we should take punitive action with firearms, and then used a word that is not nice for people with that particular tone. How's that? Does that work? Oh, man. So you guys, I can see that you're worked up over the Tim Walz thing as well. All right, well, we got two more clips. We got the Jim Jordan clip. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. Let's try. I'll be honest with you. I thought this was a good thing to cover tonight. I really thought this was good for the show. So if you're liking what we're doing, consider gifting a membership. Little Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble, Rant, Love. It's our last evening show of the week. Let's rack up the cash. Let's keep it perfect. It's the only thing about this show that I hate and makes me look like a begging piece of shit. So help us out. I'd appreciate it. Our next clip is Tim Walz and Jim Jordan. Now, this one's difficult because Jim Jordan is also a piece of shit. Jim Jordan sucks. He's an awful guy. He helped, I believe it was at Ohio State University. Look up Jim Jordan sometime on your own time. He helped cover up child victimization, shall we say. Jim Jordan sucks. But he's grilling Tim Walz on fraud. We'll watch it through the lens of that. And I'll try to rush through these real quick because I'm getting the vibe that the audience doesn't give a shit about this as much as I kind of thought they would. Hit like anyway. We'll move on from this in a little bit. Maybe we'll rack up some memberships and shit.
Started. Why didn't you tell the truth about why you restarted the payments?
Well, Chairman, we did tell you. And Feeding Our Future grew because of the pandemic. And
I didn't ask that question. I said, why?
Whoa. Feeding Our Future grew because of the pandemic, yes. But the Safari restaurant in Minneapolis saying they were feeding 4,000 kids today out of a fucking shoebox, that was not legit growth. So this is the kind of weird weasel game these guys get to play. Is they go, oh, what do you want? It was the pandemic. That's why Feeding Our Future, the kids needed to eat. Yes, but a lot of it was fraudulent. So yes, of course the program grew because of the pandemic. But it doesn't take a genius to go take a look, get the submissions. Shit, you don't even have to go look. You can see 4,000 kids a day at this place. That seems impossible. Let me look up this address. Holy shit, Safari Restaurant. That's no bigger than a shoebox. This is obviously fraudulent. Let's stop payment. We didn't do that. We just rubber stamped them all through.
Didn't you tell the truth about why you restarted the payments? The payments stopped because there were concerns, obviously. It wouldn't stop the payments. Then they're restarted a month later. What was the reason for restarting the payments?
My understanding was the agency believed that the court had required them to make those payments.
And that was false, wasn't it? You repeated that. You said that, didn't you? You said that's why the reason you said the reason you restarted is because the court ordered you to do so. Is that right?
I don't believe that is settled yet, to the best of my knowledge.
God, he just looks so imagine how bad he would have been as vice president. Like, imagine this guy going to meet world leaders. Imagine this guy hosting people and having to like try to hold his own talking to them. It would have been a nightmare. Not that this administration's been great, but God, he is so and he's overmatched in front of some schlocky, creepy congressman. Imagine how he'd be around like other foreign heads of state.
I think it is, because the court did something that I don't know if I've ever seen it. They issued a statement saying you were wrong in what you were saying. This is from the court. It says, Feeding Our Future versus Minnesota Department of Education, correcting reports and statements by Governor Tim Walz concerning orders issued by the court. Here's what the judge says. Governor Tim Walz told the media that the Minnesota Department of Education attempted in payments to FOF because of possible fraud, but that Judge Guthman ordered payments to continue in April 2021. Next sentence. That is false.
So Tim Walz cut off funding in 2021, but then restarted the funding because he claims a judge told him to. A judge never told him to. I'm thinking they were getting a bunch of heat from the Somali community, so it might be worse. They knew this was going on. They tried to stop it. They got a little pushback from the community, and they went, okay, never mind. Keep going with the fraud. I mean, we're going to find out looking into this that this was not only allowed to happen, but in many cases enabled. And the frustrating part is nobody's going to go to jail. Nobody's going to get punished other than a handful of Somalis who might even have their sentences reduced like they already have. And then it's just basically the message is going to be, well, better luck catching them next time.
He said something that wasn't true. He further states this, Judge Guthman, the court says this, Judge Guthman never ordered the Department of Education to resume payments to Feeding Our Future in April 2021 or at any other time. So I want to know, why didn't you tell the truth?
Congressman, the attorneys at the Department of Education.
I'm allergic.
Interpreted that differently. Both of those judges are no longer on the bench. And I think that interpretation.
The very first
That doesn't
sentence,
matter. They were on the bench then.
The first 7 words. This is not some unnamed source talking to the New York Times. This is not some anonymous source talking to whatever your Minnesota Star Tribune or whatever your paper is.
Hey, you know our fucking paper, bitch. Don't do that. The Minnesota Star Tribune, formerly known as the Minneapolis Star Tribune. Don't be a cunt, all right? I know he's a dick, but respect the Lone Star State. The North Star State. Fuck. And respect the Lone Star State. They hang people for fraud in that state.
This is the court speaking. First sentence, first 7 words. Due to inaccurate statements by the governor, Ramsey County District Court judge has issued and authorized this following news release. That's pretty straightforward. So the court's lying?
I can't tell you, Congressman, but the interpretation
somebody's lying. Somebody's lying, because you can't say the court ordered you to restart the payments, and then the court says we didn't order you to restart the payments. So either you're lying or the court's lying.
Now, if I may, as someone who's lived in Minnesota my whole life and has experienced all 8 years of the Walz administration, if the choices are a judge is lying or Tim Walz is lying, generally I would go with Tim Walz is lying. If you say a shady used car salesman is lying or Tim Walz is lying, I would say, when did Tim Walz start selling cars? If you told me that a huckster Bitcoin scammer is lying or Tim Walz is lying, I'd say Tim Walz is lying. If you said Tim Walz is lying or Bibi Netanyahu is lying, I would say, got me stumped. That's a coin flip right there. Point is, Tim Walz is a fucking liar. Always. Always. No accountability. Hulkamasha Baby with $1 says, I didn't see a dad holding the mom back, just a casual observation. Wow, that story was a long time ago. Holy shit. Gopher says, anyone know the Vegas odds on Bondi actually prosecuting a politician? Zero. Bondi's a joke. Bondi's an absolute joke. She's not going to try anyway. Now, in fairness, neither did Alberto Gonzalez or Merrick Garland or nobody did. They all protect each other. They put on My Lost Interest said earlier, they're going to put on the big show. They're going to tisk, 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 you've been a naughty boy. And then everyone go back to Minnesota and, we'll do it again in a couple of months, basically. Gopher says 2 months ago, Comer said he had criminal referrals at the DOJ gathering dust. Appears Trump approves. Yeah, Howard Lutnick is going to he's going to be deposed in front of the House Oversight Committee about the Epstein files. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. Hulkamasha Baby says it resent the message. It was supposed to be an Ellison beating his wife joke. Oh, man. That's too bad. I love a good Ellison beating his wife joke. Yeah, Jim Jordan is greasy. Like, don't ever think when Jim Jordan's yelling at someone that like he's the good guy. No, Jim Jordan he's a piece of shit. Jim Jordan is human garbage. He's not okay. 263 of you checking out Steel Toe right now. We appreciate it. Hit like, hit subscribe, and hit follow. Very, very nice. Let's turn that into some cash, shall we? Gifted memberships, Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. We're 65 memberships away from 500. We'd like to inch a little closer tonight. I'm going to skip the last Tim Walz thing because I just don't think I really was of the opinion that people would give a shit. I swung and missed big time on this tonight. I put a whopping in the first hour and 40 minutes of the show. I put a whopping $30 in my pocket on the Tim Walz stuff. I'm sorry. I thought you guys wanted it. I thought you guys would be riled up for that. I was wrong. I apologize. And now I have absolutely zero confidence in what I'm bringing to the show the rest of the night. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. I was handed a perfect week coming into tonight. We had some money in the bank, so I knocked down tonight's goal. And still I end up in this spot. I am failing in my duties as host. Let's get a rally going. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I'll eat this one. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. I guess we'll do some internet shit. You guys might like that. You didn't like the Walz stuff. You didn't like the burger stuff. You liked a little more than the Walz stuff. We'll do some internet stuff, and maybe you'll enjoy that. Do you remember what happened to a very famous content creator, Turkey Tom, about a month or so ago? Not too long ago, we were all ready, and I'll include myself in this, to string up this geeky-looking fucker who makes YouTube videos talking about what pieces of shit everybody is and doing little mini documentaries on internet personalities and what pieces of garbage they are. Now, because we're garbage and we're Americans, one thing we like to see is people who call other people garbage turn out to be garbage themselves. It's a lot of fun. It's a real cannibalistic activity that we enjoy. So when the accusations came out about Thomas Hansen, a.k.a. Turkey Tom, from two different women who said that he was violent with them, he was violent with them in bed, he was disrespectful to them. A lot of it was sexually. It was fucking gross, like these nerdy Gen Z kids, and they're like, oh, the things he did, and gooning and cracking. And Gen Z has the gayest, worst, most awful, sexy talk that there is. Like, watching gals, nobody wants to hear you say, no man wants you to go, I'm going to get cracked. That's pick me hoe shit. Like, that's, you know what that is? That's hit it and quit it material. Don't fucking talk like that. And she was like, send me that video. That's like a goon sesh. It's like, oh God, you fucking whore. So this woman makes all these accusations. She sends it to the Mad at the Internet guy. Help me out. Mad at the Internet guy, Josh Moon. from Kiwi Farms. She sends it to him. He posts it all over the farms. Oh, my God, Turkey Tom is fucked. He grapes, he beats, he chokes, he hits. He's addicted to pornography, all this other shit. And it sounds really, really bad. And we're already like, oh, here we go. You know, more grist for the mill, a sacrifice for the harvest. This is great. I mean, it really showed what pieces of shit all of us on the internet are. So Turkey Tom takes a while. He takes a couple of weeks, keeps his powder dry, starts gathering text messages, gathering DMs. He kept everything. Smart guy. He's a millionaire. He's made a shitload of money on YouTube. He knows people might come after him, so he keeps receipts. He makes like a 45-minute long video that exposes both of these broads as quick buck, pick-me hoes, completely destroys them, plays voice messages, shows text messages, stuff that he didn't even want to show, but they made all these accusations against him. So he's vindicated. He's in the clear. All of a sudden, we hear nothing from these women until we get this statement posted to Twitter today. This is a letter from one of Turkey Tom's accusers. I'm going to assume that this woman got a letter from a lawyer, somebody with letterhead, and she decided that she would make, as CM Punk once said, the apology has to be as loud as the disrespect. Well, this was her letter. Hello, all. I am retracting several prior statements I made about Thomas Hansen and offering a formal apology to Tom. Specifically, I made statements that mischaracterized the nature of our relationship, including allegations regarding filming without consent, which turned out not to be true. If anything, it showed that Turkey Tom was way more conservative sexually than these girls said he was, and they were the ones who wanted filming in Google Glass. I mean, these were disgusting hoes. I mean, Turkey Tom was hoe running. He should have never gotten into relationships with them. If you wanted to fuck one of these girls, whatever. You're a young guy. Do your thing. But being in a relationship with him, that was his youthful exuberance causing him to make mistakes. But for the grace of God go I in that department historically, including allegations regarding filming without consent and non-consensual sexual behavior. I want to clarify that all sexual activity between us was fully consensual. Oh, and by the way, you should still sue the bitch if she has a dime, but it's so expensive. It costs so much. I understand why he wouldn't, but just out of principle. Because, imagine, here's what this apology is. I'm sorry I publicly falsely stated that you're a rapist. Gee, thanks. Not exactly the greatest apology, damage done. Also, I also apologize for sending Joshua Moon a censored image of Tom and me during an intimate moment. Oh, God, Josh Moon is probably fucking fuming today. Josh Moon is probably losing his shit because this damaged him big time. This made him look like shit. I mean, this woman took him for a ride, and I can't sit here and blame the guy because it's this is the internet. People want blood. You know, these are people who don't go outside. These are people who don't have real social lives and children and family. You know, they don't have, it's like people who don't know wrestling's fake. You know, they think the internet is real and going outside is phony. So I don't blame Josh Moon for getting all this stuff this could really, Turkey Tom, he likes to be high and mighty and make documentaries on people. Look at what a piece of shit he is. And you run with it. That's maybe where the internet needs to take a little cue from us real world folks. Not so fast. Further, I apologize for providing the public with information that was inaccurate, incomplete, or conveyed in a misleading overall impression of my relationship with Tom. I deeply regret misleading the public. I want to be clear that I take full responsibility for my actions. I have been in contact with Tom's representatives. There we go. That's why this letter was being written. Bingo. Ooh, that's a bingo. Tom's representatives. What do you mean, agent? Doctor? Orthodontist? What do you mean his representatives? The Shield? His attorneys. So basically she's saying I crafted like 4 or 5 drafts of this letter until the lawyers were done fucking with me. And then I released this. And I will not be making any further public statements about this matter as we consider this issue closed. Wow. Let me tell you something. That is 2 things. That is a huge win for Turkey Tom. A massive W. Big win. That is absolutely not a win for Josh Moon over there at Kiwi Farms. That is a bad look. Oh, and Soviet Shark? No, I have no police records with ex-wives and are you insane? See, like that would be an actionable comment. Are you out of your fucking skull? I've never abused anybody. You've got to really hate Steel Toe a lot to just make up your own. I saw one yesterday. They were like, you're not allowed to see your children because you don't pay your child support. I'm like, bro, is this another one of those examples of the toe hasn't been giving you anything lately and you need daddy's attention? Is that what this is? Poor Soviet skunk. I'm sorry. Hey, you know what? Wait a couple of years. I'll give you something. Or just admit you're a fan and I live in your head. Either one's fine for me. I'm sorry. I don't mean, I'm picking on people again. My Lost Interest says this apology letter just calls more attention to many things that may or may not be true. Right. That's kind of why you can't win, because like if you're Turkey Tom, I mean, yeah, thanks for taking it all back. Like I've had April and other people, they've taken shit back publicly and said, look, I was fucked up on drugs. Aaron never did that. You know, everything we ever did was consensual, blah, blah, blah. But like, you're also like, yeah, but fuck you and you're a piece of shit and you should publicly just fuck it. You should have some kind of punishment for being a complete piece of shit like that. But, you know, as someone who's been in Turkey Tom's shoes and been, you know, had crazy fucking dopey addict people say wild shit about you and then retract it, it's nice to get the retraction, but you're also like, fuck you in the first place, you dumb junkie. Which is nice. So yeah, a win for Tom, but it's a win for Tom that should have never, it's a battle that should have never had to be fought, if that makes sense. All right, let's do some shit. Let's get something accomplished here, guys. I'm doing it for free here. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Let's get something done. Throw a little something in on the toe. Jesus, this person just keeps sending me all kinds of information on this Victoria person. God, I just want to do a show. I don't care. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate all the info, but I really, if somebody in the chat sends a bunch of nudes to internet people behind her husband's back, I really don't give a shit. That's none of my fucking business. My Lost Interest gifting a membership. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Guys, we are a long ways away tonight, and it's our final evening show of the week. Let's make some cash. Let's do it. We got the Joe Rogan thing. This is the part of the evening show where I'm nervous, and I just start. We do this way too often lately, where I just start going story to story with a little sweat dribbling down my forehead. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow, hit share, and throw us a little cash to keep this little show the way it is. All right, let's do Steve-O and Joe Rogan. Let's do this clip. I'm just gonna keep fucking hammering away till something sticks tonight. This was, Steve-O, another guy I've met and I've talked to and I've spent some time with. I've performed with Steve-O. I've opened for Steve-O. Nicest guy you'll ever meet, and for no reason at all. Just like a really genuinely nice dude. Donnell Rawlings, kind of a prick. Not to me personally, but just like his vibe in general. Steve-O, like the complete opposite. Gary Owen, giant antisocial asshole. But Steve-O's a really nice guy. And it's painful to see a clip like this because I don't think Steve-O is like a political dude. I don't think the positions he takes are because of left wing or right wing or anything like that. I think with Steve-O, he's just trying to be an understanding, compassionate, nice dude, which those types of people should never enter into debates about politics, because that's for cutthroat people who have been reading up and know their shit. So Steve-O brings up trans people. I know, bringing up trans people to Rogan, this is not going to be a light conversation. So Steve-O speaks fondly of trans people, and Joe Rogan decides to shut that shit down quick. And this is like watching a rabbit get caught in a bear trap. Here's from today's Joe Rogan, Steve-O going into an avenue he probably never should have went down.
But in this situation, talk to this transgender person, like, hey, can I run something by you? And I spoke with them. They described to me a level of oppression that genuinely fucking broke my heart.
See, like Joe right away does not want to hear this shit. Because Joe's like, I don't want any more extra balls in my girls' basketball.
Hey, let me tell you.
That's the thing I'm mad at the trans thing for most, is making me give a shit about women's basketball. That's the only thing that makes me mad. Or swimming. Like, I should not know who Riley Gaines is, but now I do. She's this dumb, blonde, conservative chick who can say based shit and people just throw money at her because somebody with a dong fucking beat her in swimming. So now I got to know about swimmers.
I am not allowed to use the bathroom at my own place of work. We've got like politics.
That's not true. They're just not allowed to use the bathroom. It doesn't align with their biological sex.
Okay.
But you see right there, a guy like Steve-O does not have these conversations. A guy like Steve-O, people bring this up. He's nice. He's amenable. He's agreeable. Absolutely. This is the first time anyone's ever pushed back on something like this. Not only that, but someone he respects, like Joe Rogan, pushing back on him. And Rogan does this every show. He's talking about trans this or trans that.
You gotta realize they're not all, listen, I genuinely think there's people that feel like they are in the wrong biological sex.
Sure.
Right? But there's also people that are fucking perverts. And
tell him when he's telling lies.
They have a thing called autogynephilia. And what that is they get a turn on by pretending to be a woman. They get excited by it. And they want to be around women. And they're creeps. And so you give them a fucking Willy Wonka golden ticket to go into the women's locker room and the women's bathroom and stare at women and pretend you're a woman when you're.
Bathrooms are something. And I sometimes chuckle at this right-wing talking point of oh, that means a bunch of perverts are going to go into the girls' room. I feel like a bunch of perverts are going to go into the women's room anyway, whether you make these rules or not. But here's where I will agree with the conservatives on this. Why make it easier? There's no reason to make it easier. Just make a third bathroom. Or make them all gender neutral. And just make it all stalls. But if you're going to have two different bathrooms, male, female, we go with the biological one, a dick's bathroom, a vagina's bathroom. Okay? Let's keep this simple. Because while I don't think that perverts are waiting for the trans bathroom thing for them to have permission to be a pervert in the bathroom, we don't need to actively try to make it easier for them.
Just a crazy man, and you're actually into women.
Okay.
That's real too, man.
I don't doubt that that's real, and I know that it's a super complex, nuanced thing.
All I ever want Steve-O to do is clear his throat. I just feel like a guy like Steve-O one day is going to clear his throat one time, and it's going to break off a bunch of barnacles on his vocal cords, and he's going to go, hello, my name is Steve-O, and it's very nice to be on your program.
But here's what's not complex. What is your chromosomes?
Right.
Okay? This is the same thing.
With an M, Joe, chromosomes.
Thing for competing. Right. All these fucking mental gymnastics that seemingly intelligent people do.
By the way, mental gymnastics, another activity that you will compete as with your biological gender.
To justify biological males competing with females.
I don't think anybody's
It's the same thing.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Right.
But you just notice how Steve-O brought this up just to be oh, I felt so bad for them and I'm so compassionate. And Joe just immediately jumps into, no, fuck that. You trans people, fucking who gives a shit if they can't use the fucking bathroom? Joe gets into it. And Steve-O didn't come into it with that energy. So he's going to get bulldozed by Rogan. Because one, Steve-O's a really nice guy. Steve-O wants everyone to get along. And Steve-O's not a debater. So Rogan This is target practice for him.
And especially as speaking as a man who has daughters, like there are creeps. And if you give a creep, and I'm not saying all trans people are creeps,
Right.
but a lot of these fucking people that are in trouble for going into
Right. Joe Rogan's not saying all trans people are creeps. He's just saying all creeps are trans people. Wait, that might not be. I don't. Maybe I misheard him.
women's bathrooms dressed as a woman with a fucking beard and a heart on are just that. They're creeps.
Right, okay.
They're
Beard and a heart on. Two things I don't have right now. Hey.
crazy men. And these crazy men, their entire life, they would get beaten up for that. And now all of a sudden, they have to be accepted. So you've got two things going on at the same time.
For sure.
You've got people with gender dysphoria that genuinely wish they were a woman or genuinely wish they were a man. And by the way, it's men that are the problem. No one gives a fuck about trans men going into the men's bathroom. Come on.
I don't think I'd ever pay attention. I wouldn't know. Well, also, I think a lot of them would use the stall, wouldn't they? The only thing that would make me mad is if their dick was bigger than mine. I mean, but even then I'd get over it. I wouldn't go all clavicular and start shooting meth and smashing my face with a hammer.
On in. Who cares?
Right.
Probably just go home and tell SP, you know, fucking trans person in the bathroom today. She'd be like, oh, really? Yeah. Bigger cock than mine. Oh, did you get his number?
Who cares? Oh, a girl's going to shit next to you? Or what is she going to do? She's going to
I'd be so impressed if it just reeked like rat ass. Just like, a trans man comes in, like she's been shitting like a woman for most of her life. You're like, this is nothing. But like she got all those hormones cooking, and when it just releases, it smells like a fucking Chernobyl dump. And you're like, oh my God. Oh, you are one of us. Holy putrid shit.
out of a funnel. What is she going to do? Like,
Hey,
no
I'm
one's
not-
going to
I'm
get
not- I'm
hurt.
not arguing
No
with
one's
you
going to
on
get
this.
hurt. This is the problem. When you allow perverts to have this hall pass to go into women's locker rooms and bathrooms.
Yeah.
So you can't say you're not allowed to use the bathroom where you work. That's not true. You're just not allowed to use the women's room where other women are in there because you're not a woman.
Do you think Steve-O regrets bringing this up yet? I feel like Steve-O is not. He's like, you know, maybe I should have said something about like the time Bam Margera staple gunned my ass cheeks together. Maybe that would have been something better to bring up in this situation. I don't think I should have brought up trans. I forgot that Joe's crazy fucking Nazi about this shit.
And I know you wish you were a woman or whatever's going on.
Motherfucker been reading my diary? It was one time. It's only when we miss goals.
But you're
You know
not.
what? You make a very, very good point.
If you're a woman, talk to most women about this. And it's unless they're insanely captured by this woke ideology where they can't see reality and the fact that perverts are still a real fucking thing.
That's kind of dishonest, though, to say, like, talk to any woman. And the woman who doesn't say what I'm going to tell you they're going to say, she's just been captured by wokeness. So like, well, that's kind of setting this up to be a win-win for you.
And this loophole, you've given loopholes. Like there's
It's called the poop hole loophole, Joe. Thank you very much. Just want to make sure you're educated on the topic.
men in prison. I think it's like 47 biological males in California are housed in women's prisons. Some of them are sex offenders. Some of them in Canada. There's a guy in Canada that they had to pay for his boob job while he was in jail for being a sex offender, and they put him in a women's prison.
And you know what, Joe? I agree with you. That is a terrible thing. I just wish that you would pursue, say like the Epstein files or your former guests on this program and their, proximity to it. I wish you would approach it with that much fervor. That would be great. That would be great. Poor Steve-O, man. Like, he just so did not want to have that discussion. That was not, Steve-O was like, probably like, I'm going to go on the Joe Rogan show. It's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited to go on Joe's show. I haven't seen Joe in a long time. So, Joe, anyway, I really felt compassion for a trans person this one time. What are you, a faggot? Sorry, Joe. I just thought that, their story was sad. Don't you ever feel sad for them. They're monsters and perverts and disgusting. All right. Well, anyway, have you done ayahuasca lately? I'm 8 years sober. Jesus, just Joe jumps down his throat. And, it used to be fine when Joe did that. But, like, we've watched Joe let so many people off the hook for so many evil things they've done that, like, now when he does that, it rings kind of hollow, at least to me. I don't know. Gray Duckling with 634 on PayPal says, that's my PayPal. What did he say? My PayPal piggy bank is now empty. Oh, no. People are emptying the piggy bank to support the show. Oh, no. That's not good. Don't worry. It's just one guy. Nobody else is. We're fine. Gray Duckling with another $2 says, Hey, Joe, check out my flushable man wipes. Yeah, maybe we should have stuck to that conversation. That might have been better. Poor Steve-O. Roots Calhoun says, I was in a bathroom at a fucking Cubs game. If you don't know, at Wrigley Field, they have a horse trough to piss in. This trans announced itself, and nobody said a fucking word. Some kind of test. Feels like you passed, right? Jane says, thank God that Steve-O hears the truff. Well, it's just, he didn't want to be political. He just thought he was saying something nice to Joe Rogan and just kind of didn't know how aggressive Joe was on this particular subject. Fauci's Pangolin says, why did Steve-O turn into Corey Feldman? Yeah, I kind of, like, in the middle of that whole segment, I was kind of thinking, man, I'm not really nailing a Steve-O impression here. You know what else I'm not nailing? The fucking goal. We do have 270 though. We're pushing 300 tonight. Everybody throw in a membership or something. Let's give ourselves a reason to even do a rally segment tonight at 8:25. Looks like our perfect week is definitely in jeopardy here. Let me make some money and talk about our friends at Rumble Wallet. They can freeze your accounts, shut off your cards, lock you out of your own money overnight. Banks don't protect you. They control you. That's why real financial freedom starts with ownership. Introducing Rumble Wallet, a non-custodial wallet built for people who refuse to give up control. With Rumble Wallet, you don't just buy digital currency like Bitcoin and Tether. You can own Tether Gold, real gold, on the blockchain. Through Tether Gold, you get direct ownership of physical gold bars, each one fully allocated, verifiable by serial number, purity, and weight. This isn't paper gold. This isn't an IOU. This is real gold without bank faults, storage fees, or gatekeepers. You can buy, sell, or move it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even when traditional gold markets are closed. And if you want, Tether Gold can be redeemed for physical gold. That's power. And when you support creators on Rumble, you can tip them directly using Rumble Wallet, peer-to-peer and outside the banking system. No permissions, no middlemen, no cancel button. This wallet is yours forever. Rumble Wallet. All right, hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow, and for God's sake, take a little bit of pity on the toe because this isn't even a real show at this point. This is just nothing and then a guy begging for it. All the links are in the chat. I'll put them in there again. Maybe you feel like chipping in a little bit to the old toe. I appreciate. Yeah, people are saying he can't. Soviet Shark says, and sorry about earlier. I just had to set you straight. Jingsin Thing says a gifted membership would be nice. Dude, 100 gifted memberships would be fucking amazing. Are you kidding? Soviet Shark says he can't talk about the Epstein list. His friends are on it. That's the problem. That's the problem. A lot of people. Oh, shit. Boozmock's right. Did I have Monday on there? Oh, my God. It's Wednesday. What a stupid asshole. What a dumb dick I am. There you go. Yeah, Joe, ever since Joe got really, into the Trump administration, unfortunately, he's been having a lot of compromised people on his program, and I feel like that's by design. $5 from Chevmatic says Golden Shower Rally. That's what we need. If you don't know how the Golden Shower works, on Rumble, $5 drops and gifted memberships show up yellow across the top of the screen. We get 5 of those in. That's a golden shower. Cottonwood says you're a glorified panhandler. No shit. I want to pretend I have a real show. It's fucking over, Johnny. Oh, God. We've got good things coming on the way. I'm really just trying to run out the clock on this fucking goal thing until we can get those good things in place. Really. I mean, that's just it. We're almost at the end of the week, though. Keep those fives coming. Let's go, baby. A little Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. We've made a whopping $45 today. Look at this evening. Look at how fucking good at my job I am. Did you see that Marine Corps veteran who got thrown out of some Senate hearing today after protesting the war? This was badass. Let's play a little bit of this. This is a Marine Corps veteran who made it very, very clear his thoughts on the Iran war.
Israel is the reason for this war.
Shit, people are going to be mad at me now because there's an Israel reference on the fucking show. Aaron, why did you shit? Because I'm not making any fucking money. Who cares? You pay for it, then I'll start doing it different. I just argued with a person that doesn't exist because I'm very bitter about probably taking another L tonight.
America does not want to fight this war for Israel. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
Dude, it is never, and I know he's being a dick and I know he's interrupting, but like it's never a good look to drag a Marine Corps veteran out in uniform. That's never, especially dragging him out for shouting something that isn't necessarily wrong. Like the guy is not incorrect.
America does not want to send its sons and daughters to war for Israel. Your inability to name that shows your exemptness as leaders.
I don't think he said Memphis. I love that the AI captions on videos, like the technology is not quite there yet. It shows your Memphis on leaders. I don't think that's what he meant to say.
Its sons and daughters to war for Israel. Your inability to name that shows your exemptness as leaders.
I think he meant limpness or ineffectiveness. I don't think he meant to say Memphis. Walking in Tel Aviv.
This is wrong. And nobody wants to fight for Israel.
That's not true. Mike Huckabee does. Well, Mike Huckabee wants other people to fight for Israel. Mark Levin does. No, I'm sorry. Mark Levin wants other people to fight for Israel.
You little bastard, you attacked my stepson?
Yes, every day, twice on Sundays, and even in my sleep. Ben Shapiro wants to fight for, no, he wants other people to, damn, I think this guy might be right. The way they're taking him out of there, I'm expecting him to go, what is the charge for eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Ta-ta and farewell. Oh boy, down he goes. Okay, now this just looks like butt fucking, guys. This is starting to get embarrassing and gay.
Commandant, please stand up as a Marine and stand up for America.
Oh, now that's a senator right there, apparently. This senator is getting involved. This is not a good look. Like, if you're an elected official, let's not be putting our hands on Marines in uniform, no matter how much we might disagree with them. By the way, tell me you're a Republican without telling me you're a Republican.
Wants to fight for Israel.
Oh no, they slammed his hand in the fucking door and they're trying to, oh God, you're going to break his arm. That's going to be a good look. Oh no. Open the fucking door.
Thank you for your service. Senator broke his hand.
Oh no, now they're yelling the senator broke his hand. Oh dude, you should have never gotten involved. Oh no, this is bad. I am going to help restore order to this chamber, mister. The senator broke that Marine's hand. Oh fuck. It's like when in the campaign when Will Ferrell threw that punch at Zach Galifianakis and he ducked and then he punched a baby right in the mouth.
Broke his hand.
He's a Marine. Somebody come help him.
Control your Senate committee.
Look at you guys. You're robots.
Oh no.
You won't even look back. Look at you guys. You're like robots.
Well, yeah. What do you think military training is for? To give them a conscience? It's to take that shit out of you so you can kill on command.
Oh my God. What is happening?
Foreign occupation of your country, which you've never seen it before.
And you're not even looking looking back. Any of you four-star generals. Oh my God, what is happening right now? Eyes front, robots. Shame. Shame. Oh my God, you guys.
Is the Marine still back there? Because I'm getting tired of her shit.
What did I just see? I'm getting out of here.
That's fine. Everybody sit down, please.
Oh my God, what is
That's all.
happening?
Okay, good. No, it's not.
Oh my God.
Oh no, his hand's still stuck in the door?
Oh my God.
Guys, can
you
we open a
guys.
fucking door in this joint? Jesus.
Sorry, does that hurt? Can you open it up a little bit just to like change the gap? Hey guys, clear the hallways. Out. Clear the hallways. Out. Clear the
They
hallways.
still get his hand out of the
Clear
fucking
the
door.
hallways, please.
Can you help him, please?
Yes. All the places going there. Please through the hallways.
Oh my God.
It's like a child's head getting stuck in a banister.
Totally smashed. Oh my gosh.
His hand looks like fucking Lenny's or like Curly's in of Mice and Men.
Oh my gosh. Why are you getting arrested?
Palestine, from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, Palestine will be free.
Nice. He incorporated the Marine shit in there. Hey, sir, have you tried this one? Deaf to the IDF. Deaf to the IDF. It works better with a drum beat.
And what about this war in Iran?
Oh my God.
His arm.
Okay. Ah, fuck, my arm is fucking broke, bro.
My arm is fucking broke, bro. Yeah, I don't know if like twisting this guy's arm behind his back. I mean, you saw where his hand just was.
My left arm is broke. I understand. Don't fight.
Oh my God. Oh, you guys, come on.
I need you to move with me, okay? Stop. Okay.
Brian, stop.
He's fighting for you, not for him. My left arm is broke.
They broke his arm. Oh my God. It's totally broken.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, his fingies is fucked up.
Please, can you get him some kind of medical attention?
Yes, we are.
Oh my God.
You are straight.
Just let go of my arm before you sit down.
Y'all step back, please. Please move
Can you
back.
get
Keep
him
this
some
walkway
medical
open.
attention?
Who needs her?
No, he broke his arm.
Okay.
Ooh.
Would y'all just move aside then? That way people can still exit.
Josie, what happened?
We just witnessed a Marine veteran interrupting the hearing, and they broke his arm.
I do hope we see, not like the breaking the arm part, but I hope we do see like servicemen, like good for this guy. I hope we see more shit like this. And like, this is the difference between a good protest and say what was happening down at Whipple at the federal building in Minneapolis. It's like none of that is doing shit other than creating chaos and conflict. But you get a bunch of like, you know, in their dress uniform, military guys interrupting military hearings, interrupting Senate hearings, interrupting like government functions. And that says something. Like, that looks good. That looks professional. A bunch of dirty, stinky hippies with green hair and face piercings ain't going to get it done. But you get a bunch of guys in their Marine uniforms. That looks official. That looks like you got something to say.
Why did he interrupt the hearing?
Because there is a war in Iran, and our military brothers and sisters are going to die for
They're already dying. We've lost, what, 7 already?
Israel.
We don't have a single boot on the ground, and 7 people are dead.
And we are here to say no, we do not support Israel. We do not want to die for Israel. Stop the war in Iran
Well, nobody wants to die for Israel, but it looks like you're going to anyway.
right now.
And what did they do to him?
All right. Here's what I can do for you. We can drop your interest rate to 9.5% as sympathy.
They pulled him out, got his arm trapped in a door, broke his arm, tackled him to the ground. It was a very, very intense situation.
Fucking door put this guy in a Kimura lock. It snapped him. Jesus. Let's go and take a look here. Oh, thank you guys. Look at this. T-Baby with $1 says, at church tonight, the story was the wealthy sharing with the poor. Here's 4 quarters for you. Hey, I'll take it, buddy. Thank you very much. Red Fox Mad with $1 says they broke his arm and hand. Oh, is this a little follow-up here? That's fucking brutal, man. That's really bad. Main Vein with 20. Main Vein has been like single-handedly funding the evening shows. Don't think I don't know how unsustainable that is. Thank you, Main Vein. I appreciate it. Everybody jumping in.
Wanna fuck? Let's fuck!
Thank you for the 20, buddy. He says, thank you very much for that 20. I cannot express how much that 20 means to me tonight. Main Vein says, Trump lied and we're all fucked. At least Jesus is coming back soon. That's not what I heard. I've not heard that. I don't know if that's the case. I wouldn't bank on that. Unless, maybe you've spoken to Mike Huckabee since I have. It's possible. Thank you for that $20, though. A few more of those, and we're right as rain, and we don't have to worry anymore. Well, I don't have to worry. You never have to worry. Chad Buzamok says, I have a question. Did they break his arm? I'm starting to think that it's a possibility that they broke that man's arm. They may have broken his arm. Here we go. This is what Red Fox Mad sent. Oh, this is just a different angle of the same thing.
Stand up. Let's go. For America.
Oh, God. Okay, I missed that the first time. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, that's not fun. You guys want to watch that 7 more times? This is what guys do, by the way. We see, like, Joe Theismann's leg break. Kevin Ware still, to me, is the worst leg break. Or Willis McGahee's knee getting blown out. We see, like, limbs breaking and shit, and we're like, oh, that's the worst. Rewind it quick.
Let's go. For America.
Don't slam that door. Don't slam that. Ah, fuck. Oh, Jesus, that was nasty. That was really fucking bad. It's like you can see it coming and you just want to tell that other cop, don't close that fucking door. Don't close that fucking. Oh, shit. So the first one falls. So there, we have the first one falling down, and then this one just completes the pincer. Oh. Okay, like.
No one wants to fight for Israel.
Okay, now that thing is locked in there. That thing is locked in, and they're just pulling on him. Oh, that was it. Never mind. I thought it was the first one. I wasn't ready for that. That was bad. Oh, fuck, that was disgusting. Okay. All right, let's watch both now. Now, that's where you actually saw it break. Like you saw that, you heard it, and you, oh, shit. Well, your arm didn't die for Israel. So there's one. Okay, now it's stuck.
Ow. No one wants to fight for Israel.
Ah, fuck. I'm going to say this for this young man. He took that like a fucking champ and a half. Oh, the fact that he is not sobbing openly.
His head.
Oh, God, that was fucking nasty. Ooh. One more time.
No one wants to fight for Israel.
Wanna fuck?
No,
Let's fuck!
I don't, Karmic. I'm not in the mood. What's wrong with you? Oh, shit, was that bad? Sorry, my baby's asking me if I need it. She's on her way. She needs to know if I need anything. No, thanks. Just don't listen to the show in like 5 minutes. It's going to get pathetic. Oh, no. That was fucking brutal. And again, he took it like a goddamn champ. By the way, we will do replays of that, but only for $10 each. I need to make money. Our perfect week is in the shitter at the moment, so a lot of people are saying replay. You got it. Gifted memberships. What do you say? Yeah, Labglass says the scary part is He didn't say a word. No, he really fucking took that like a champ. It was only when they were putting his arms behind his back and he went, hey, my left arm is broken. And even then he didn't say it like he was complaining or whining. He just he's like a guy who was like pissed more than anything else. Oh, that was nasty. Rusty Grammer says, I sent you 1 Bitcoin as an apology. Not sure what it's worth anymore, but Google says you shouldn't have a goal for like 7 months, so maybe I fucked up. Yeah, if you really sent me a Bitcoin, I think we'd be clear for a good year or so on this program at least. Dude, and the fact that they didn't... Like, that senator still went and put his hands on that guy? Fucking stupid. Papa Shab says they broke his arm, shoved it up his own ass, and carried him out like luggage. I mean, it's a good metaphor for how our government feels about veterans, though. Yeah, Papa Shab says, I like how the senator totally didn't have to intervene, but he did. Yeah. Good on him. MSO. That cannot feel good. No, I imagine it doesn't. I imagine that is a wildly uncomfortable feeling. Phil Herslit says, nobody wants a broken arm for Israel. It's true. I don't want to stub my toe for Israel. Whew. That Papa Shab says, that door was actually Mossad. Yeah. My Lost Interest says, let's give Israel a helping hand. Literally. Honky, that arm got cracked like a Zoomer woman in bed. Yeah, that senator is a piece of shit, though. Like, what an idiotic move. What an idiotic move to go up there. You've got a Marine veteran protesting, and you're going to go put hands on him. Again, in a war that like 70% of the country is not supportive of. I think like 73% was the last number I saw. Brutal. And you're going to go, oh, man. Chad Buzamok says, I bet that hurts less than losing by $100. Get out of here. I throw my glasses rag at you. Yeah, no, the losing by $100 does I always try to figure out. I think I said Monday. I don't really mind the $50 loss on Monday because there's plenty of time to make it up. $100 loss on Wednesday just sucks because, and I'm not saying we're going to lose by $100. We still might. But it's on that the day before the last day of goals for the week. That's a trickier one. By the way, Buzmak says, tell SP you just need $100, right? Or 20 gifted memberships on Rumble, and we'll call it a win for the toe. What do you say? Let's do a little Boom Boom Tel Aviv, and then a little Erica, and then let's call it a night. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, that guy didn't break his arm for nothing. He broke it so we could play some anti-Israel songs and try to make a little money. We're $100 away from tonight's goal, so we need a lot of help. Let's see if we can finish it up and make it a perfect week for the toe. What do you say? Light them up. Air raid siren. I'm killing Gordy when I do that. Oh no. Let's go. $100. 100. Let's do it. 20s, 50s, 100s. I would say let's do it $5 at a time, but we know that's not going to happen. Let's go whaling, baby. Let's go whaling. Throw it in. All of it. Let's go. Let's make a bunch of money. What? we're gonna die by $100, at least it'll be with good music. Come on, guys, let's go. $100 away. It's happening a lot. You got to admit, like, if you're a toe boy like me, you got to admit it's happening an alarming amount. I mean, it's getting made up, but it's not always going to get made up. It should set off some warning bells. Let's go. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Our first song, and we've got nothing on a rally. $100 away. Let's make it happen. There's the links right there. Click them, hit them. Let's do it. Boozmock says, go whaling. What are we supposed to harpoon you? I'm not reading the free shit anymore. I'm going to take my loss sullenly. $100 away, guys, please. It's a $60 night. I can't show up for $60. Love the show, support the show, help out any way you can. Hit like or something. Boy. Chad Boozmock's in with all those anti-steel toe people. They've been eating well lately. There's no doubt about it. We've been making our money, but they've been eating well. God damn. This is bad. I remember when we'd be 150 away and we were like, oh, we got this rally, and now it's just like the rallies are worse and worse. There is no doubt that I'm absolutely worried, 100%. I'm honest with my audience. Aaron, how do you feel about all these misses lately? Not good. Not good at all. Let's fire up Erica and see if we can get $100 in from somewhere. $100 away. Or we can just stare at me awkwardly for 3 minutes. That'll be a lot of fun for everybody. $100 away. Oh. $100 away. Like, honestly, not fun. Not fun, not funny, not a clever bit, it's just scary as shit. $100 away from tonight's goal. Sam Show says, where's Main Vein and his tax refund? He's fucking emptied it out on this failing program. Oh my God. Anybody? Anything? Like, I should have just saved my dignity and just tapped out. It's too late now. $100 away from a win. Not a dime in the rally so far. We can't have a dimeless rally. I mean, we can. It's very possible. Oh. This is bad. Uzmak says, how much to bring back the leaderboard? The leaderboard just looks beggy, too. Like, it looks bad. All right, guys, $100 away. Sorry for the show I did tonight. Sorry it didn't work out. I apologize for whatever I did wrong. Let me know in the comments and the DMs. Minute and a half to go. Please do something. Oh, my. Main Vein with $100 says, here's the rest of it. Now we're at $20 away from a win. Somebody quick throw in 5 memberships. Somebody quick get the $20 in. Main Vein, thank you so much. You're the man. Come on. Get that last 20. Get the last 20 in. Let's do the last 20. Do the last 20. Get it done. Do the last 20. Let's go. $20. Let's get the last 20 for the win. For the win. Main Vein with $100. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Unbelievable. We have a shot at a W tonight. It's very possible. T. Jefferson says, you know you owe Main Vein a Hummer. I'm trying to see if he'll forget about it. Can we get that 20 in? Either way, $100. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Can we notch a win for the toe? Can a win for the toe happen at the end of the night here? Let's take a look. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. We had I'll give you an idea of how tonight went. $100 from Main Vein. Big $100 drop. That's unbelievable. That's incredible. Give that man his flowers.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
We had a $100 drop tonight on a goal night of 160. And we notched a $20 loss. If you can't see the humor in that, what the fuck? Mikey Two Milk says, hum right on the nuts. No, I don't have to hum on his nuts. Like, he's very generous. It's been very nice. But that doesn't mean I have to hum on. Okay, now I have to hum on his nuts. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a win for the toe. Thank you very much, Main Vein.
Wanna fuck? Let's fuck!
Rusty Grammar with $1 says to Aaron Imholte and my Coinbase, can you refund my Bitcoin? I have kids and shit. I don't know decibels too loud. Thank you very much. We got that's a one-man win. People in the chat saying Main Vein is in no way real. I don't know if he's real or not. He's still real to me, damn it. He's my own personal Santa Claus. Oh, we got to win. Now, you might be saying, Aaron, are you proud of this win? No. No, I'm not proud of it at all. I know how it came to be. My lost interest says, don't forget to juggle the balls, Aaron. Yeah, I just really hope he doesn't come to collect on the debt that's due. That's all. McBuster says, Main Vein is Rabbi Shmuley trying to buy the Toes platform. I'll go to war with whoever he wants me to go to war with. Thank you very much, Main Vein. Thank you to all of you. Unbelievable. You know what? We owe him. We owe an extra story for that, don't we? You want to watch that guy get his arm broken one more time? I don't think you do. You know what? Let's give him one more thing. Not a serious political story. That's gay. That's fucking dumb. I think Main Vein bought us an extra. Oh, this makes me so happy. Stephon Diggs is going to be released by the Patriots. I know what you guys want. I know what you want. This isn't the extra story you're getting. We got a clip for you that you'll really like. Stephon Diggs is getting cut by the Pats. They're done with him. He just continues to run himself out of from team after team after team. Ran himself out of Minnesota, ran himself out of Buffalo, ran himself out of New England. Didn't get a Super Bowl ring in any of those places. Mwah. I'm very happy that Stephon Diggs is out in New England. But I think to thank you guys for knocking out tonight, giving us a perfect week of evening shows, and Main Vein being ridiculously generous, I think what you guys want is, well, you know what? Let's just hit play.
If I could just say this. Number one, Megyn Kelly's clip that we...
It's The View. I'm staying on for an extra 5 minutes, and you're getting a View clip.
ran before saying who...
Elizabeth Hasselbeck is back, though, and she looks great, doesn't she?
...those troops died for. How dare you, Megyn Kelly?
Oh, fuck off.
How dare you tell a military person who has sacrificed their lives for our nation in our uniform, when they are sacrificing their lives in our uniform, how dare you tell them or their families or our nation what they died for?
What do you mean? They died for Israel. Oh, I'm sorry. Could Iran's missiles hit us? Was Iran threatening to attack our country? Was Iran funding a terrorist group that was fighting in our occupied territory that we occupy illegally? I don't think so. You can tell how right on we are when we say these troops are dying for Israel when the neocon types get really, really pissy about it.
Better be
should
careful.
owe
She'll
them.
come right back at you.
I'm
She's
not
like
afraid
a
of her.
roller derby.
I'm not afraid of her. But I have.
Yeah, like this is awkward for the ladies on The View. Like they're all liberals, right? So what do they do when these conservatives are all fighting with each other? They just sit back and rub their postmenopausal clits or what?
My heart with my friends in the military, you do not get to authorize who they died for. So let me just clear that up.
What?
So I'm not, and I come here, I may vote Republican and I'm a conservative, but I'm a thinking woman and I have a heart.
Those are the worst kind. All right, so The View is back, and guess what else is back? Shitty, shallow foreign policy takes. So at least they're being consistent. Good. Good. Oh, it's insufferable. Thank you guys so much. People are saying snipe Zumach. No, let Chad do his show. And again, thank you very much to Main Vein for single-handedly handling that rally. Unbelievable. Oz is here tomorrow. Let's go raid somebody on Rumble. Because we've got to do that for the creator program. They pay a lot of money, that creator program. You gotta make sure that you're raiding. You guys want to raid Tim Pool? Let's raid the Salty Cracker. People keep telling me about the Salty Cracker. I've watched him before. I think he's not very good. But let's raid the Salty Cracker and you guys can say hello. Thank you so much. I appreciate your generosity. Thank you for being, that channel can't be raided? Who the fuck are you? All right, let's raid Tim Pool. And you guys can say all kinds of mean stuff to him. All right, we're going to get out of here. Go piss in the pool. Go piss in the pool, kids. Have a good time. Daddy's not watching. I'm going to go. You guys are going to have a great rest of your night, and we will see you at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning.